Well, it is a pleasant evening here at Harare Sports Club. It's the second qualifier, the final before the final, and Takashinga Patriots 1 take on the Gladiators. Well, it's a pleasant evening here at Harare Sports Club. Temperatures have just dropped off in the last hour or so, and conditions out there in the middle will be fantastic for the players, I'm sure, for this crucial encounter. To talk about what happened yesterday and a little bit about this final before the final today, I've got Master Eli, I've got TC. Guys, thank you very much for being with us this evening. Let's talk first about yesterday's first game. That first qualifier that got the Sogo Rangers straight into the final. What a game. Takashinga, not enough power yesterday.
Well, like you described, it was a humdinger of a game that we had yesterday. Many termed it like a final before the final. Both teams played it out. Takashinga Patriots putting up 183 as the target, but Sogo Rangers saw it off with brilliant performances, eh?
Yeah, I think Sean Williams led from the front extremely well, well supported by the younger Welsh there with a nice little cameo half century for him. Look at the head-to-head between the Takashinga Patriots 1 and Sogo Rangers. It's 2 to Sogo Rangers. If Takashinga get into the final tomorrow, they've got to turn around some serious performances to win the tournament.
Well, definitely it is. It's going to be an exciting derby, you would say, if those two teams do make it to the final, because they give it everything that they have. The beauty about it is that we see brilliant cricket being played all around, because if you look at Takashinga, the way that they went about their business, Joel Kumbi was very brilliant up the order, 47 off 30. That was quite good. For the Patriots. And then as well for the Sogo Rangers, Ryan Bell, 3 wickets for 17 in his allotted 4. Brilliant performance.
Yeah, some good numbers certainly, and needed to be for the Sogo Rangers to get through to that final yesterday. Let's shift focus. Let's talk about the eliminator last night. Of course, Westside losing that to Gladiators. It meant that they went home, but some good performances in there from Westside, and this will definitely be something that will just G up the Gladiators coming into today's encounter.
No, absolutely. I really enjoyed the way Westside came out. The opening pair, Bonyongo and Chihora, they were firing. I think upstairs we were talking about 220, 230, but took a run out to get rid of Chihora, and the middle order collapse, a couple of single-figure scores there, and that was the difference in the end, because Gladiators came out batting. 7-wicket win was brilliant from them.
Yeah, what do they take out specifically from that performance yesterday? We know that they've got a couple of players missing who are in the emerging tour in the UK. If they make the final, hopefully they'll be here in time for that. But what really stood out for you in their performance yesterday?
I think 2 things stood out for me, Tino. The first thing is they kept hungry in the field. After that blistering opening partnership that they had, they kept hungry. It took a run-up, like I said, which means those fielders were working really hard. The second thing that stood out for me were the partnerships they created. They gave themselves time. Milton Shumba with a fantastic half-century and also a wicket to go onto his name. So those 2 things, patience in the field and partnerships when batting.
Yeah, partnerships are crucial even in this short format of the game, and we saw that even with the Sogo Rangers. Now, let's talk a little bit about these 2 teams, because if they are to go on to the final, it means they played 2 in a row, and they'll have to play 3 in a row to win the competition. How difficult will that be, Master Eli, for either of these sides?
Well, I believe that these are professionals that we are seeing at work. It might be just a tad bit difficult, but they have put in great performances. They carry the momentum from the games that they have played into the final, so that will definitely work in their favor.
Absolutely right. Conditions yesterday were outstanding at Harare Sports Club, as they've been throughout the NPL, T20. We had a day game yesterday and then an evening game today. It's a brand new, fresh wicket. So it'll be interesting to see what the captains think about it, what they decide to do. Before we get to the toss, Darlington Mutamanadzo was out in the middle earlier. He had a look at the conditions on the field.
Well, good evening, and I'm glad you could join me to have a look at this wicket for the second qualifier of 2024's T20 Blast. And what a wicket for a momentous match to be played on, because this is a fantastic batting surface. It's got nice even covering of grass. It's got some micro cracking, just dry enough to make sure that it's got not too much movement, but it's going to come on. And fantastic batting surface. We saw 182 was the highest score batting first yesterday. But I think today it's going to be the first time we see scores pushing 200. Two exciting sides here tonight. Takashinga, more experienced, some really good players on both sides, and then slightly more exciting, I think, because of the younger generation playing for Gladiators. So I do think that this is a fantastic wicket for a match of that nature to be played on, and I expect to see lots of runs tonight.
Scores of 180 yesterday and 160 plus as well. Darlington seems to think that it's a good surface. 180 is what he thinks would be a good first inning score here. Interestingly, he says that he would bat first. The two teams, though, yesterday, TC, that won the toss and batted first, lost those matches. So something for the captains to think about definitely at the toss.
Oh, definitely. I think I would also choose to bat second after yesterday's performances, and they got there quite easily, both the Rangers and Gladiators. So I think definitely chasing. It is a fresh wicket, like you say, though, so it might be different. It'll be interesting.
TC wouldn't mind batting second here, but in such a pressure game, do you not think that runs on the board will be the order of the day, and make sure you put pressure on the team batting second?
I would always go with the statistics. So it always works out that doing the math, saying that if you bat first, you lose. Teams that were batting second, they chased with ease. Although there were other elements that came in, drop catches also be a factor. But I think I would rather chase.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. We don't have a lot of night matches that happen here at Harare Sports Club. TC, very quickly, the importance of that for young club cricketers playing in that, and the effect that it has on them in a growing career.
Well, I think it's going to be a lot of fun for them playing under lights. I remember childhood playing outside with the garden lights. It's always fun. Now you're playing a competitive cricket match. I think they just need to have a steady head on their shoulders and go through their basics well in order to get this one.
Right, wow. Interesting to hear the thoughts of TC and Master Eli with whether to bat or bowl first here at Harare Sports Club in this crucial encounter. Let's not take too much time. Let's go and find out what the captains themselves thought about it a little bit earlier. Eli was out in the middle with the match referee, Mr. Emmanuel Dube, and the two captains for the toss.
Well, the captains have been contemplating what they will do if the toss goes their way. It's time to find out what those thoughts are. We have the two captains, Ashley Fandawe of the Gladiators, Roy Kaye of the Takashinga Patriots, and our match referee, Mr. Emmanuel Dube. Roy, I believe you have the coin and you'll do the honors. Heads is the call. And as it is, Ashley. Ashley, have a chat with us. Tell us what you're going to do and why.
We're going to bowl first, just because we did so well whilst chasing scores, so I just hope it goes our way. So.
Right, looking that you're almost there at the final, what do you guys have done to prepare for this moment?
I think every guys they just wanted, so I think it is a power up for our teams.
Any changes to your side?
Nah, we don't have any changes.
Good luck, Ashley.
Thank you.
Roy, have a chat with us. Roy, the toss didn't go your way, but what would you have done?
We should have batted first, I think. It looks like a good wicket, so we are backing our batters to do the work.
Right. Now you're almost at the final. You are having a second bite of the cherry. Any changes to the side?
Yeah, I think we have Trevor Mtsamba comes in for Chris Masike. Yeah.
All right. Good luck, Roy.
Thank you.
All right, so that's it from the center. The Gladiators, they have won the toss and they will bowl first.
Ashley Mufandawe are winning the toss, electing to bowl first, right? Let's take a look at the Takashinga side for this evening. Eli, who do you think that we need to be looking out for to make sure these guys get into the final tomorrow?
Well, key players for Takashinga definitely will be Joel Gumbi after his great innings that he had yesterday. Tinashe Kamunukamwe will also be looking to blast off. Emmanuel Bawa had a decent run as well. Roy Kaye also will be looking as well to chip in there. Hamilton Masakadza also will make an impact. With the ball, Blessing Zarabani is who people will look to.
Yeah, you mentioned Hamilton Masakadza needs to make an impact, really. We haven't really seen him from that last encounter that he got runs at Takashinga against the Sogo Rangers. So a senior player like that, a former national captain, important for him to lead from the front.
Definitely it is. He comes in with a wealth of knowledge in terms of such situations after leading the national side for so long. So definitely he comes in handy. We did see him with the ball. Not quite as effective, but I'm sure today you'll be hoping for a different experience.
TC, let's talk then a little bit about the opposition today. When you look at the two sides, you'll probably feel that Takashinga on paper slightly stronger. The Gladiators missing out on a couple of key players, but they've still got some star-studded guys that have performed extremely well in the competition, so they got a chance tonight.
They do indeed have got some game changers. We look at Kromen Zinyama, who had an absolute game changer. Those 3 quick wickets he took yesterday and rattled the West Side Cricket Academy. And with the bat, Milton Shumba contributed with a half century. Panashe Taruvinga was very good, and Lennox Chando as well. He contributed, and just 3 wickets down, they got to the total, as I said earlier. So I think Gladiators, and they're full of confidence. I think it's going to be a cracker here.
Right, we're going to be in for an absolute cracker. It is semi-final 2 here at Harare Sports Club with the NPL T20 Blast 2024. Right, there's been some outstanding performances throughout this tournament so far from different individuals across the different teams. TC a little bit earlier caught up with one who's been outstanding for Takashinga Patriots 1, Emmanuel Bauer.
I'm here with Emmanuel Bauer, Takashinga Patriots top order batsman. Emmanuel, tough loss yesterday against the Sogo Rangers. Not a quick turnaround. How are you feeling ahead of this one?
Yeah, well, obviously very disappointed, but yeah, after the game yesterday, we sat down as a team and we now know what we need to fix, and hopefully today goes our way.
You've seen a nice run of form lately. 22 off 20 yesterday. Disappointed, or you think you can cash on and progress today?
No, very disappointed because I felt like I was in a position to take the team a lot forward than I did yesterday, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
Both games yesterday, teams batting first, getting a decent total. We felt upstairs, but both totals chased down. Do you think the toss will be important this evening?
Oh yeah, big time. I think today is a toss to win. I think if you win the toss today, you look to bat first and make a big score.
Excellent. Thanks so much for your time, Emmanuel. I'm here with Panashe Taruvinga now of the Gladiators Cricket Club. Panashe, great win yesterday. Quick turnover though, another must-win game today. How are you feeling ahead of this one?
Obviously, we're feeling very well, especially after yesterday's game. The boys really put up a brilliant show yesterday. They were so energetic in the field, and they complement the effort of the batters also. We're just looking to do the same things, but just a little bit more now, because we know the Takashinga guys, we know they want it as much as well, so it's all up to us.
Exactly, and with 169 to win yesterday at the interval, were you guys confident that you could chase it down?
Yes, to be honest. So obviously the West Side guys, they had a really explosive power play, and after we got the second wicket, we got there into the huddle, and one of our senior guys, Milton, he was like, so if these guys can get like in 180, we'll take it. So they ended up like 11 runs short. So we're really confident that we're going to chase it, because if you look at it, the game that was played before, they chased like 180, similar score. So we're really confident, and that was like 11 runs short compared to ours.
Well, all the best for today, Panashe, and thanks so much for your time.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, lovely to hear the thoughts of 2 young up-and-coming cricketers here in Zimbabwe. But I can tell you what, we are just about ready to go here at Harare Sports Club. It's the crucial qualifier number 2 of the NPL T20 Blast. The Gladiators fighting hard to get through to that position. They take on Takashinga Patriots 1, who fell in that first qualifier last night. I'm going to take you upstairs to our first 2 commentators. It's Darlington Matambanadzo. He's joined by Eli.
Thank you, Tino. And a wonderful night tonight here at Harare Sports Club. Takashinga Patriots 1 take on Gladiators Cricket Club. Last year's losing finalists against the other Takashinga Patriots, the Patriots 2. And Gladiators Cricket Club won the toss and opted to field. I think that's a very good call, Eli.
Definitely it is, going with the stats of what happened yesterday. Both teams that were looking to bat first, they came out on the losing side. So hence the Gladiators are saying that they would rather chase.
To play for. It's Milton Shumba looks like he's going to take the opening over from this golf course end with his slow left arm spin. And, a couple of times I've seen him bowl in T20 cricket. Been very effective in the power play over. Has quite a lot of variation. Generally, I think he's going to be looking to bang it in quite short in the wicket, look to get it into the top of the leg stump. Just make sure as the field, four fielders inside the circle on the offside, fielder at long off, and then at backward square leg, and then there's three inside the circle on the leg side. Very tightly packed offside field, no protection away on the offside boundary. So I think he's going to be bowling into the leg stump to try and force Joy Lord to head towards that deep square leg area.
Yeah, Joyland was quite a marvel yesterday. He had a brilliant innings. The man in your picture, Tinashe Kamunukamwe, he'll be hoping for a different outing from yesterday. First ball.
Interesting thing about Joy Lord Gumbi's innings that you were referring to yesterday, he started quite slowly. And then he opened up. He gives himself a little bit of time to just assess what conditions really are like. We all have ideas. We believe how the wicket's going to play, but he always gives himself an overall surge just to figure out exactly how the wicket's playing.
Just a punch into the covers for naught. Well, it's always important that you give yourself just a little bit of time to assess conditions, which is quite good and typical for any good batter. They assess the situation first before mapping out a plan on how they will go about proceedings.
Tinashe Kamunukamwe's partner is almost the exact opposite of that. Really backs himself to hit the ball cleanly right from the beginning. Big, strong lad. Looks to generally go over quite straight over long on. And ball is short. He plays very good pull shot. So they actually complement each other. Joy Lord Gumbi just a little over 5 feet tall. And Tinashe Kamunukamwe pushing 6 feet.
Good start by Milton Shumba to the first over. 3 consecutive dot balls. But however, we do know that any of these two, they can tee off any time.
That's a pull shot. It's down towards straightish cow corner. Going to be a simple 2 runs.
And that was well struck by Jolet Gumbi. Just hit straight in between those two fielders. Good work out in the deep to just skip it to 2. Definitely they saved the boundary there. Tucked away to onside for another single. An important passage of play so far. Good start is always needed. Milton Shumba is in constant chat with his captain there in terms of what's he going to do with this last delivery of the first over. Gladiators and Takashinga, they were both in the final of last year's campaign.
Gladiators, to me, remain the underdogs tonight. Slightly more experience in the Takashinga Patriots 1 lineup. And this, Kamunukamwe's gone over, long on. It's going to fall just wide. And he comes back for the second. Just as I was saying earlier, not going to die wondering. He's going to go at it immediately. End of the first, 5 for none.
The two teams there, Roy Kaye at the top of Takashinga Patriots 1, Blessing Zarabani, a key member of that outing, quite handy with the ball. Emmanuel Bauer, decent game that he had yesterday. Hamilton Masakadza, also a wealth of experience, but they'll be looking to him to come forth. Manashe Chpada did well with the ball, as well as Timson Maruma, quite handy with the bat.
This is Zata He's going to be taking the new ball, Monashe Zata, from the city end. Generally just gets it to shape away from the right-handed batters.
Just get a sense that both teams are a bit tentative starting this game. There's a lot at stake here. A ticket into the final. Takashinga getting a second bite of the cherry. So it's all to play for.
Bit of shape for Zata. Little swing away from Joy Lord Gumbi. What I do like about the way this is set up with a qualifier, eliminator, and then a second qualifier, it rewards consistency. It's the sides that have performed most consistently get the chance to get into the final. I think that's a really, really sound way of setting up a tournament like this.
Definitely it is. Looking for the block hole, Monashe's out on that occasion. And Jolo Gumbi did well to block that one out.
There's a little bit of swing for him tonight. Interesting to see him bowl if he'll pulls his length back just a little bit. What sort of results he'll get with the amount of swing he's getting so far. And that's the outside edge immediately. It's going to be Kroman Zinyama who's on the third man boundary. A little too much work for him to keep it down, so it's just 2 runs.
Not to jinx anybody, but so far it's been a good start from the Gladiators. And they've been quite tidy in terms of their fielding and bowling. They're not giving anything away, no room for anybody to get their bat underneath. You can see the last shot that Kamunkamu played in the previous over.
I think that's the reason it's been so quiet. When you look at those, Joel Gumbi's faced 9 deliveries so far this evening. Tinashe Kamunkamu has just faced 1. And Tinashe Kamunkamu, by instinct, is going to be aggressive from the start. And I think that's the reason why it's been quiet at the moment, is that the bulk of the bowling has been faced by Joy Lord Gumbi, who generally wants to play himself a little bit. And he backs himself then to find 20 or 30 runs off and over. That's gone straight. He's attempted to go straight. Didn't quite find the middle of the bat, but Joy Lord Gumbi's been helped by a misfield.
Yeah, that fumble allows them to come back for the second. But I don't think the Gladiators will mind that, because they've generally kept them quiet. And you can see that they're trying to do things that a little bit outside of the box, you would say, to try and get going. That's the Patriots. And that presents always an opportunity for Gladiators to pick up a wicket.
And he's bowled him. Tinashe Kamunkamu is looking to get that over the fielder at short, fine leg. So he's gone quite a long way towards the off stump, looking to scoop it towards the fine leg boundary. And Monashe Zata has gotten that very important breakthrough for Gladiators tonight.
Tinashe Kamunkamu will depart without troubling the score as much, moving across the stumps, attempting the scoop, not making contact with the ball, and he will have to walk back into the dresser. So after 2, it will be 10 for the loss of 1 for the Patriots. Well, a good start for the Gladiators. It's always important to pick up a wicket within the power play. And the skipper for the Patriots knocks onto the park. That's Roy Kahia.
Has an important role to play tonight. Has to make runs. I think also has later on his off spin is going to be more than useful. His walk walked in to the non-strikers end. Joel Gumbi, 6 off 9, just as we expected. Hasn't really decided to accelerate yet. But importantly, particularly for Gladiators, they've got that important wicket in the power play.
A good breakthrough that they've had. Milton Shumba. Great use of the feet by Joel Gumbi.
Like that a lot. He's just given himself room by dancing towards the leg side a little bit. 5 fielders inside the circle on the offside. And that is in the air, but should pick out a fielder at the car corner boundary.
This is good from the Gladiators, keeping the Patriots very quiet. We are well into the third over. No boundary as yet. It's just been singles and twos here and there.
Roy Kaya, similar to Joel Gumbi, generally likes to take a little bit of time to get himself set before he starts to attack. A width from Milton Shumba allows the single.
Roy Kaya gets off the mark. Didn't trouble the score as much yesterday. He was just missed for 2 from 6 deliveries. Hoping for a different outing. Again, frustration for Joel Gumbi, hitting it straight to the field. I wonder how much this will play on his mindset.
And I think he's picked out car corner. That'll be a fantastic bit of fielding. That had gone, probably going to go for 6. But it is some really great work on the boundary. Keeps it down to just 2 runs, or a single actually.
That was a magnificent fielding effort there. Well aware of where he was in comparison to the boundary. Did quite well. It was connected well. Would have gone for 6, but did well to keep that in and just keep it to a single. Good work. Good fielding.
Gone past the inside edge. Knox Chand was able to pick it up into the third over. 13 for 1.
Brilliant work by the Gladiators so far, keeping a tight hold on things. And they're not giving much away, no room, no boundary. You can see everybody is putting in a great effort to restrict them from getting away.
Last matches, Gladiators Cricket Club against Westside Cricket beat them by 7 wickets in the first match of this T20 Blast. And then Takashinga lost to Sogo Rangers in a really high-scoring encounter at Takashinga. Queen Sports Club was smashed by Takashinga 2 by 8 wickets at home. And then Rainbow Cricket Club lost to Gladiators. He's found the gap behind square, but it's just going to be 2 runs again.
Gladiators fielders have been working in overtime to make it as hard as possible for the Patriots to sort of get a decent start. We're 3 overs into this innings of the Patriots, only 15 runs on the board.
This time he's a little bit squarer, and again it's comebacks for 2. Still no boundaries for Takashinga Patriots in this power play.
A great effort. Nasha Zata has been doing well, aided by good fielding all around from his compatriots of the Gladiators.
And this time straight to the fielder, and he's lost his footing. And that's allowed another 2.
No, just slipping there, the fielder, for a moment. But great awareness to keep an eye on the ball and just keep it to 2, which I know Ashley Mfandawea won't mind so far.
That's in the slot, and it's being smashed by Roy Kaya. It was actually Joy Lord Gumbi. And it's the first time that Monashe Zata has missed that Yorker length. And this has been picked up beautifully.
Well, it was in the slot, and it was dispatched. Just sent to the boundary there. And so it'll sort of ease the pressure for the Patriots. Jolo Gumbi is the set batter of the two. He's faced 17 deliveries for his 18 runs that he has. Strike rate of 105.
That is the first boundary in this power play. It's come in the fourth over. It just suggests that Gladiators have really got their tactics spot on tonight.
That was a good ball, leaving Jolan sort of undecided what to do with it, ending up just pairing it to mid-wicket there. It just shows how important this game is for the Gladiators, because you're only considering your first boundary in the fourth over. You have a good tight handle on things so far.
That is a big shout for a caught behind. No interest from the umpire. End of the fourth, 23 for 1.
Well, just looking at that one again, I think it's just the bat brushing onto the surface after the ball had passed. And lots of work for the two. But these guys, faithful supporters of the game, braving the little bit chilly weather out there. You can see most of them well coated in jackets and warm stuff. A little bit subdued in terms of exuberance. I wonder if they are Takashinga Patriot fans.
Kroman Zinyama bowled a wonderful spell yesterday evening. 3 wickets for 8 runs. Really broke the back of the West Side Cricket Club's batting. A little bit of shape for him and a good stop again. Real athleticism. A backward point from Panashe Tarawinga.
This is a brilliant display of fielding from Gladiators, a side that is missing a few of their most senior players. And those that have been called up, they're doing so well so far, throwing themselves around to keep Patriots as quiet as possible.
Hasn't quite gotten all of that.
Milton Shumba, a key member of the Gladiator side, very instrumental in their win yesterday, 56 of 36 with the bat.
Earned himself a Man of the Match award.
That's a beautiful delivery from Kroman Zinyama, but also met with some great effort in terms of fielding from Monashe Zata there. They're diving, they're putting everything behind the bowler who will be doing the business. Kroman Zinyama had an instrumental outing with the ball yesterday, 3 for 33, and he's allotted 4. Wow factor, you would say, in last night's match.
Had a spell, initially for about 3 overs, where he took 3 wickets for 8 runs at one stage, and then was a little expensive towards the end. A certain man called Clive Chitumba just walked in and then smashed it around. Hit him for 3 sixes in 1 over, if I'm correct.
Clive Chitumba, I'll tell you that name will ring for a few months to come. And then some of the Gladiators bowlers. A decent outing, but not enough to see side through.
That's been in the air for a little bit, and that's well bowled from Kroman Zinyama. Joel Gumbi was dancing down the wicket to try and smash him over the offside, and he's seen him. Thrown it slower and wide.
Also some improvisation from Joel Gumbi, almost giving away his wicket though in attempting to get to that one. It just shows you how desperate they are to try and break the shackles.
That is a boundary. Beautifully done by Roy Kaya. It was an error from Kroman and Zinyama, a little too short and wide, and he smashed it away to the point boundary for 4. It's going to be a little change in the commentary box. It's going to be TC and Ruimbo for the next 5 overs.
Thank you, Darlington. Eli, good evening, everybody. Qualifier number 2. Really good start from Gladiators Cricket Academy, cricket clubs. They won the toss and they've opted to bowl first. And after 5 overs, Takashinga Patriots won 31 for 1. Good evening, Remember. Good start from Gladiators, eh?
Oh yeah, decent start, and good evening to you, TC. Great big thank you to Darlington as well as Eli, handing it over. I think what they've done really well here is also kept the shackles on. It's been very difficult for them to break loose. Looking at Kamunukamwe, he struggled, and with a phase Mukabeta coming into the attack, he will obviously have to maintain the stranglehold that they currently have on Takashinga 1. And I think to just point out the fact that it was a very good idea to actually bowl first. Everybody that is chased on this wicket has been able to find their way home.
Yep, it has indeed. A change of mind there. Shumba is actually the one who's going to be bowling from City End. Player of the match in yesterday's eliminator. He's bowling to Joylord Gumbi, who's set now. Immediately, signs of aggression. Joylord Gumbi doesn't like to be bogged down. He loves to score. He loves to rotate strike. So they're really, really doing well here, Gladiators.
Drives that one. And it goes all the way to the boundary. So got to the pitch of the delivery and was able to just slash that one through the offside and get a boundary. So a much needed boundary here.
Much needed indeed, and it's every batsman's intention in T20 cricket to try and get a boundary early in the over, just to shift the pressure back onto the bowler. So Joylord after the dot ball, getting 4 runs. Milton Shumba will have a couple of things to think about here. This is good cricket from Joylord.
Tries maybe this time round. It didn't seem like as if he was in the best of shapes. He was leaning back there and could have easily chipped it back to Milton. Dances down on the full. Well, a great piece of fielding to try and make sure that only goes for 1. Milton not necessarily too happy there, but once again, it's the demand that they're placing on themselves as Gladiators to try and bog this side down. They know the amount of experience that is coming in lower down the batting order. So if you can squeeze the handle a little bit, then maybe you might just be able to come out with a low total here that you can chase down. The ball to flatter there to Roy Kaya.
Roy still fairly early in this innings, just 6 balls faced. He's also a very experienced player. He can do bowling attack damage. It's the end of the first power play. Takashinga Patriots won 36 for 1.
So in any case, looking at the partnership, 26 of 24 deliveries in any T20 match, that would be considered quite slow. But then again, also has been very hard to score out there. A testament of what then happened to Tinashe Kamunukamwe, ending up trying to do something experimental and it not working out. And as you can see, out of the flats, it doesn't seem like anybody has come out of the windows there as yet. But let's look at the scoreboard there. Wow. 4 of 3 deliveries. That's the best that Kamwe could give us tonight. And it looks like Kromen Zinyama is coming in. First over went for 8. Obviously would want to try and keep that down to a minimum. One of the other top players as well that has been doing pretty well for the side. As you can see, his best bowling figures, 5 for 27. And has been doing really well. 2 5-wicket hauls. He'll be hoping for a performance quite similar tonight.
Troy Lloyd again looking to get that boundary early in the over. Kromen Zinyama played a game changer. We were chatting earlier in the build-up with Eli and Tino how crucial his 3 wickets were yesterday after a fantastic start from Chiwara. And he really caused a big dent in their batting lineup.
Again, Joy Lord trying to come down the wicket. I mean, would you feel that maybe this might be the brightest idea at the moment? We've just come out of the power play. Obviously, more fielders have been sent out. That creates 1 or 2 more gaps. Maybe need to try and find 1 or 2, get your eye in a little bit more, and then maybe look to launch from there. Sometimes T20 cricket kind of fools you to think that you don't have that much time.
Well, the pressure has been telling. It's going to fall short of Milton Shumba, and they're going to come through for a third. So for a second, actually, that's good running. But runs haven't been easy to come by in these first 6.5 overs, remember. And the first 2 balls of this over tell the story. Joy Lord is feeling the pressure to score runs. Got to keep the scoreboard ticking, but I don't know if dancing down the track to Kromen Zinyama is the best way to go about it. You can still run the 2s, rotate strike, whilst the scoreboard ticks and wait for that bad ball instead of taking risks.
I agree with you 100%. This one chipped over, but it doesn't get past the fielder. And Joylord Gumbi, for all of his effort, finally loses his wicket. And Kromen Zinyama gets onto the wicket board. And now Takashinga won 38 for 2. Not necessarily staring down the barrel. I don't think they are as yet. But if it continues to be difficult like this for all the other batters, I'm sure it will.
Well, it's the pressure I alluded to earlier, remember. Pressure, while Kromen Zinyama loved that. Celebrating in style there to dismiss a good wicket of Joylord Gumbi, who scored a very good 46 yesterday and contributed with 27. And quite interesting, he faced the same number of balls yesterday, remember, but managed to get 46 runs. Today, only 27. So scoring, certainly difficult out there. And Takashinga Patriots in a little bit of a spot of bother in this over. New man in, is very able player in Emmanuel Bauer. He spoke how disappointed he was with the contribution of 22 when I had a chat with him before the game yesterday, and he's certainly focused to try and maximize and capitalize today. But they desperately need these two, the captain, Kahia, and Bauer, to stand up and form a meaningful partnership.
All right, TC, whilst we're talking about that, let's get a little bit deeper into what kind of a partnership they need to form from here. Would you be expecting maybe something within the region of a 50-run partnership before maybe they try and tee off from there? And maybe how long should that actually take for them to put on a decent target on the board?
I think I would answer that question more by saying they have to bat as deep as possible, not really looking at the runs. Runs will come by if you keep your wicket. You'll get a bad ball to put away. So I think they should look to bat deep.
Well, that's a good shot from Emmanuel Bauer. An on drive straight down to Milton Shumba, and he gets off the mark. Now, we know Emmanuel Bauer, when he does tee off, he can tee off, can hit a long ball. But with the way that the ball somewhat is struggling to get to the batters, with the way that Kromen Zinyama, I think you saw his first delivery to Joylord Gumbi, it was a slower delivery. It's struggling to get there. It's fighting to get there.
Well, I can tell you a story about Emmanuel Bauer. We actually had a chuckle about it off air just after the interview. He remembers me. He's a Hartman House boy. He was there for primary school and I was coaching at Gator.
Will he come back in? Nkabeta, this will be his first over coming in.
Now he's bowling from the city end. He's got 3 5-wicket hauls, so he can take wickets. He's bowling to Roy Kaya. That's a run scoring opportunity. Begging. Would have loved to get more onto that one in the cap, and that would have run away for 4, but they'll settle for a single. It's a good start from FaZe Mukabeta.
Well, I feel it comes back to what we were just talking about. The ball is literally struggling to get to the batter. And because it's not coming on that easily, it seems like they're struggling as well to get it away. So it is going to be one of those where you might try to search for the ones and twos. Seems like there are a good few gaps around the field. But the question is, are you willing to be patient and build that innings as a batter on this one? As I said, T20 cricket sometimes fools you that you don't have time when you actually do.
Well, they're running the first one hard. The back foot into the offside by Emmanuel Bauer. They opt not to take the second, well fielded by Panashe Taruinga in the deep. But yeah, I think batting deep is so important here. 8 wickets to go. Still a number of able batsmen like you alluded to earlier, Rovimbo. But a partnership here. Clearly, it's very difficult to bat out there. It's going to be a good test for these two batters.
Kaya decides to turn it around the corner. Confusion. But luckily, they're able to scamper through. And I think that was a very dangerous run to take. But needless to say, they were able to make it. And once again, just showing how difficult, how tough it is out there. And now forcing yourself to try and take a very risky single.
It's an opportunity for Gladiators Cricket Club to really cash in here. Just the 3 runs off first 3 balls of his Mukabeta's first over. That's in the slot. But he's hit it straight to Panashe Taruinga. So another opportunity to actually try to get more than a single on a begging. But definitely clear signs that it's not easy out there to bat.
Yeah, very difficult. Let's see how they go about things. We do know that here at Harare Sports Club, as the night does continue to go on, some dew will come. Hopefully, that is what they'll be hoping right now. That maybe some dew could come and assist them. Slash through the point region, but goes straight to the man in the deep. Good enough cover here from Gladiators, particularly within the field. Maybe some of those half chances that have come, one would feel that they would need to maybe try and take, especially that run-out opportunity. But I don't think they'll be worried too much. Current run rate 5.74 at the moment, with a projected score of 115, which I'm sure it won't be at the end.
Oh, that bounce just hitting the fielder caught in 2 minds there. It is getting close to the boundary, and that's a very welcome 4 runs for Takashinga Patriots. And Emmanuel Bauer, although he hit it straight to the fielder, just that bounce at the last minute meant the Gladiators fielder could not haul that in. And it's the end of 8 overs. Takashinga 49 for 2.
So anyway, let's look at it right now. I mean, look at how much a boundary can change things from a projected score of 115, just the previous ball, to now 123. How much a boundary can do a world of good. But then again, the plan for Gladiators here, what is the general expectation from your mind? Say you're sitting as the coach for Gladiators. Keep going, boys. Should we do something more aggressive? Should we just try and nip another wicket here? Maybe try target an Emmanuel Bauer as early as possible and maybe just put the cat amongst the pigeons?
Certainly so. I think they need to be always looking to take wickets. I think Emmanuel Bauer and Roy Kaya, the discussion in between overs there would have been, we have time. There's still 12 overs to go in the game, and if they can bat deep, they'll manage to get a competitive total. But as for the Gladiators, I think they need to keep bowling in those areas that Takashinga batters have struggled to put them away. Because if they allow these two to get settled and bat for those long periods I'm talking about, one of them's going to take the aggressor role shortly.
So Maruatanga comes down. Roy Kaya was hoping for a wide there, just feeling that this is the opportunity that they are looking for. Get a bowler that you can climb into, score the most runs off, especially considering that this is first spell, or rather his first over in his spell.
Well, this time he manages to beat the infield. They're going to push the second, and the fumble in the deep will make sure that they come through comfortably for the second run in the end. So it's a decent over, this one from Roy Kaya. Hitting the boundary, pushing the two, factor in that wide. So that's 7 runs off the over. And some ascendancy now from Takashinga, but certainly they found it going tough so far in the innings.
Oh, he floats that one literally onto the stumps, inside edge. Finds the man at 45, and that's the end of the over. Takashinga won 56 for 2 after 9.
It's another beautiful evening out here in Harare. Harare Sports Club. Such a wonderful venue to watch cricket, to play cricket under lights. Oh, that's some excitement for you tomorrow. Free admission, I think that's the best part about it. Come watch some cricket, get some performances from Tammy Moyo and Volts, JT. Supported by Vos, it's going to be an absolute humdinger. But who are the Sogos? Rangers going to be playing. Well, we'll find out a little bit later today. But do come out tomorrow and enjoy yourselves.
Faze Mkabeta comes back into the attack. Pulled onto the leg side. Looks like it will be only for a single. Manuel Bao is actually trotting down the deck there, and just going through for an easy single. I mean, let's talk about maybe some of the pressure, some of the challenges as well. Coming in as a youngster in such an experienced side, such as Takashinga 1. What do you expect Bao will be gleaning from that particular dressing room as he continues to build on his career?
Well, I think he'll be looking to get as much as he can to better his game from the likes of Hamilton, Masakadza, and Roy Kaya and Wellington. I think he's in such a great pool of players. He misses out again, looks at the umpire wondering, I'm not going to call that wide. Umpire says not a chance, that's inside the blue line. That line belongs to me. So a dot ball. Hit again. Roy Kaya. I think that's the most important thing that batters have in mind, to try and score from run-scoring deliveries. It's very important to do so. For any youngsters watching, you've got to make sure you score from those deliveries. He dances down again and looks to heave this one over the leg side and misses out. It's another dot ball in the 10th over. This is good from Faze Mukabeta.
Oh yeah, very good plans. And Roy Kaya very frustrated at the moment. 17 off 19. And once again, we've been talking about that issue of maybe just trying to apply a little bit too much force on these shots. Try and find the singles. I mean, wide areas all out there that they can look to pick up singles and twos. Well, this time round he manages to get bat on ball, but only for a single. It's like Anashe Taruinga there, former under-19 cricketer. Got a bright future ahead of him. Really good player.
Oh, absolutely, he can play. It's really, really good batter. Just 2 balls remaining in this over. It's been a great over, just the 2 runs off it. FaZe will be looking to wrap this over up. Manuel Bar gets a full toss, and guess what? He misses out yet again. It's really, really finding it hard to get anything away. Just the 6 balls faced, 8 runs. With 1 ball to go in this over, just the 2 runs. What an over so far from FaZe.
Tough night for Takashinga 1 at the moment. We'll be hoping that they can also exploit the pitch when they get onto ball.
Does extremely well to dig that one out. It was a very good Yorker from FaZe Mukabeta to wrap up a fantastic over. Just the 3 runs off it. He's certainly doing well from the city end. After 10 overs, it's 59 for 2.
Well, a quick change in the commentary box. Darlington coming to join TC.
TC. Good evening.
Good evening, Darlington. 10 overs gone, 59 for 2. Gladiators doing well here.
Doing a little too well. In my pitch report, I thought a score around 200 was achievable here. And I'm being made to look as if I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I know you know what you're talking about, Darlington. But it's been interesting to see how the Takashinga batters have really struggled to get anything away. Do you think it's the wicket, or do you attribute it to the Gladiators bowlers here?
I think it's their plans. For me, they've just really bowled well as a group. There've been no obvious soft spots, no easy boundaries. Fielding has been excellent. They've really thrown themselves, been athletic in the field, made sure that they cut off every single opportunity that Takashinga might look to take. But for me, it's been just that the quality of the bowling has been exceptional. They've just bowled good lengths, bowled a good length into the line of the stumps, and forced guys to have to play shots from there. Here it is again. It's just the inability to get it beyond the fielder's reach has been, I think, the key thing this evening.
Every time they do put bat on ball, it looks forced. It doesn't look like they're playing, their natural game, and I think they've really done well. Anton Shumba doing the fielding. The Gladiators will be really happy with their performance so far.
We saw something, a bit of a change this evening as well. The captain, Ashley Mfandawia, has generally taken the first over. But tonight we saw Milton Shumba take the first over, bowled 2 in the power play. And he really, for me, set the tone tonight. And then Munashe Zata bowled the second over and the fourth over from the city end. Again, between the two of them, they really set the tone. And then Kerman Zinyama, Marova Tsanga, and Mkabeta have come in and just continued where those 2 bowlers, for me, set them out. That's gone straight up. It's going to take some catching. It's going to be a difficult one, and it just falls short. Just falls into a gap between backward point and fielder running in from the cover boundary.
Emmanuel Bauer feeling he can cash in there, not getting hold of it at all. And Wellington did mention it would have taken some catching. Well, that would have been an absolute stunning catch. Moika here now. He's facing Maroa Tsanga.
Oh, and he's bowled an absolute pearl as Maroa Tsanga. Roy Kaya is looking to work this one to the leg side. Ended up in a really awkward position.
This is another really good over. Struggling to get more than 6 runs and over. The last few overs, they are really, really being squeezed here by Gladiators Cricket Club.
Again, that's good work from Croman Zinyama in the covers. Had a little bit of ground to cover, but he's gone to ground early and cut it off. Just kept that down to 1 run to close out over number 11. 63 for 2.
Well, Darlington, are we going to join in the fun after the final tomorrow? Wouldn't mind going for the party.
Absolutely looking forward to seeing Tami Moyo and Volts and JT tomorrow night. After the final, the T20 Blast, tonight is all about deciding who leads into this show tomorrow night.
Faiz Mukabeta continues from the city end. And Roy Kaia, well, those are very, very welcome runs. Looks to be a bit of glove there, but with fine leg up, there was no chance of stopping that one. It's a good start to the over for them.
He set himself up to attack this one. Got himself his back foot outside the line of off stump. He's looking to get it behind square on the leg side. And importantly, he's got a boundary early in this over. He's got to try and make sure that he makes this over a good one for the Takashinga Patriots. And again, it's this time he's gone over the offside. And he finds it back-to-back boundaries, does Roy Kaia. Field is inside the circle at a short third man and at backward point. He's gotten it over.
What a shot from Roy Kaia. Is this a momentum shifting that we're seeing here? I think Roy Kaia has had enough of being bogged down. They've really got to start cracking on now. I think the pressure is on Faiz Mukabeta. 2 balls in the over, 8 runs conceded already.
Really important now that Roy Kaia makes this over count. A beautiful, beautiful cover drive. That's as good a cover drive as I think you're going to see tonight. He had to shimmy a little bit away to the leg side to give himself some room away on the offside, but he's absolutely creamed it.
Good hands through the line of the ball there. Races away to the boundary. Pressure certainly on Mukabeta here. 12 runs so far in the over. You mentioned that he should really make this a big over. 3 balls to face.
And this time he picks out the fielder on the square cover boundary. Really important now for Emmanuel Bauer. Has to make sure he brings back Roy Kaia to finish off this over. It's been a good one so far. 13 runs from it.
Come on, give us a wave. They just smiled at the big screen. Maybe next time. Flicked off the legs to the leg side for a single. He gives his captain to face the last ball of what has been a very expensive over. 14 off it with 1 ball to come.
Do come down to Harare Sports Club tomorrow evening and get your face on the big screen here at Harare Sports Club. We would be very excited to have you here.
Decides to just retain strike on the other end with the single. Ends the 12th. Takashinga Patriots won 77 for 2. finally got our wave, Darlington. Some happy fans. Oh, there we go. They're really happy to be out here at Harare Sports Club. And, you can have an opportunity to come out as well tomorrow. Talk us through that Manhattan, Darlington.
That is, we just witnessed the biggest over. 15 runs from it, 3 boundaries from Roy Kaya. And a little bit of an acceleration perhaps is on the cards. It's been all going Gladiators' way this evening so far. And this is the first real hiccup they've had to contend with.
Maroa Tsanga, he keeps his end. The golf course end starts with a single. Roy Kaya wanting to cash in there. Putting his arms at it, but only goes as far. Spinashe Taruwinga, who's patrolling that square leg boundary.
Projected score 130. I think with 8 wickets in hand, you'd be looking to probably double that 79 or 80 you've got on the board. Get close to 165 perhaps. I think it's more ideal. It's gone straight up again. It's over, backward point. It's going to be 2 runs.
It's good work. Deep at the backward point boundary. Emmanuel Bauer hasn't found his timing at all so far in his innings. He's really struggling to get anything away. Roy Kaya, though, he seems to have found some momentum. It's Emmanuel Bauer who's struggling from the other end.
He has this really beautiful shapes when he hits it well. Hasn't had that beautiful shape today. He's been losing his shape, standing up a little bit on his shots. Doesn't really look like that when he hits through the line. He's looking to go aerial. He has to kind of get the shape we saw on the last shot he played. At the moment, he's been kind of standing up on them, trying to hit them a little too hard. Hans hasn't had the success that we expect from him.
But you fancy the longer he stays out there, I think Gladiators would want to see the back of him sooner rather than later, because they know what he can do.
Quick single. This is well run from particularly Emmanuel Bauer, running down to the danger end. Strike rate for him is 15 from 13. He needs to try and get a little acceleration going on for the last 7 overs of this match. Change of bats. Maybe that might just be the tonic. You've seen he's been struggling with his timing.
I've seen change of bats not work out quite well in the past. To put the markers on him, but Takashinga, Patriots' sake, I hope this does the trick for them. Oh, the new bat gets a run straight away, Darlington.
Yeah, just didn't really sound as if he's nailed it though. Again, it's Maroa Tsanga. 17 runs have been hit off his bowling so far this evening, and he's about to finish what will be his 3rd over.
Well, that deserved the treatment. Full toss. Umpires will be chatting to each other here. Was that below? They're happy. It's below the waist, but that's a freebie. Had to be put away.
Not very convincingly done by Roy Kaya. Found the outside edge, looking to go over cow corner as he should have. That is not where he intended to hit it. But it's a boundary nonetheless. And 13 gone, 88 for 2.
What are you saying to your partner out in the middle in between overs, Darlington, given how difficult it's been for them to score runs freely here?
Just most important thing is to relax, to find a way to relax. Hit a cricket ball best when you're relaxed. look like if you tense up, you try to hit it too hard, you swing, lose the shape of your swing. And I think that's the most important thing, is to stay relaxed and focused.
That struck firmly.
Let's go,
Think about the second. Kaya decides not to.
And the other thing you've got to do is just learn to focus on the ball you're facing. It's just one ball at a time. That's all that really matters. Try and break down your goal into very manageable chunks. Because I think the big thing is you mustn't think of what the outcome of this game is going to be. You start to imagine winning or losing before you know, and not the actual process itself.
Yep, I tend to agree with you there. What thinking about the outcome or thinking too far ahead, then it's a little bit of pressure on you, like you mentioned. It'll be interesting to see this one. Very crucial overs here, these middle overs. Context of this game, 133 the projected score. Do you think they'll be happy with 133, or do you think they want to get to the 150, 160 mark?
Definitely think something around 165. Still doable, with 8 wickets in hand. And still some firepower in the tank. But it's a very important, absolutely vital that Roy Kahea or Emmanuel Bauer, one of these two, has to bat into over number 20. You could add maybe another 90 runs from here.
Push him, Roy.
Forced into the offside for a single. And I guess what the Gladiators batters will be thinking, Taruvinga, Shumba, you know, and then we'll be thinking, hang on guys, we're going to have to bat on this wicket as well. They're seeing how difficult it's been for Takashinga to score runs. And I guess they can prepare themselves or come up with plans in order to chase, but I think it'll be playing on their minds.
Will be. But the advantage with batting second is always going to be this, is you've only got to make 1 run more than your opponents. And then often your opponents do one of 2 things. They teach you how to make runs on this wicket or how not to make them. They always give you a lot more information than you seems obvious until you really think about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the decision to bowl first, I think, came more on the back of yesterday's 2 games that were chased down quite comfortably. This, I think, could have been, you know, a good decision anyway, a blessing in disguise for them to chase on this wicket. Takashinga, they can still come up with the competitive total here. They have time.
Again, just doesn't find the timing. For me, just didn't have his shape. Lovely shape, high front elbow. An extension through the ball, hitting it down the ground.
Fans enjoying it out here. And why not? Very enjoyable atmosphere here.
Weather has actually been quite good as well tonight. Last night was actually quite chilly. A little bit warmer this evening. Looking for the gap between car corner and long on. But it's some good collaborative effort. Oh, no, it's not. Misfield gets it to trickle across the boundary for a boundary.
Oh, they've made a complete mess out of that fielding effort in the deep. Didn't feel initially there was a need for him to slide for that one. I think he could have picked it up. Oh, there was a need, and just ricocheted off his hands, and fielder converging, couldn't haul it in. So a welcome boundary to end the 14th over. Takashinga just 3 shy of 100 runs, 97 for 2. He's trying so hard not to blush. The black cap there he goes again.
Wonderful smile at least. He got a smile. Milton Shumba is going to complete his allotment for this evening.
Okay.
13 runs from the 3 overs he's
Okay,
bowled
boys.
so
Okay,
far.
okay, man. Okay. Sedera, come in. Sedera. Enda foot. Papa Munya. Enda foot, come in. Face. That's another thing that deep square face. Number 45.
Taking time to get his field exactly as he likes.
Deep square.
Just making sure the right personnel are in the right places.
Coming over, bro.
Over the wicket this time around and starts with a wide.
Catch.
That's gone straight up into the night sky and it's been put down.
Yo. Oh, boy.
Emmanuel Bauer has just been given a line
Sorry.
by Ashley Mfandawea.
Here.
Should have been taken, Darlington. That should have been the end of Emmanuel Bauer's innings. To come back for the second.
Hey!
Oh, there's appeals for caught behind. I know Chubby
Kanda.
gives him out. He's given him. He's given him.
Milton Shumba's reaction has me a little bit confused. But it's what I know Chubby says that's most important, and he's given Emmanuel Bauer out after he's just been given a chance by Ashley Mfandawe on the boundary. He's caught behind the wicket by Lennox Chando, the wicketkeeper.
Well, the 100 coming up, the ball before that. Have a look at this. We thought we were going to see the umpire signaling a wide. I think Emmanuel knew it. Look at that glare to the umpire. I think he knew he nicked it. Milton Shumba had no idea that he's been given out. Look at him. Look at him now. He's like, what? That's a wicket. Oh, classic.
But it was Lennox Chando's reaction was animated. So it's Takashinga Patriots used their third wicket as Emmanuel Bauer, 22 of 19, has to depart 100 for 3.
Towards you. Next time. Dirog. Dirog Mjoma. Photo come. Come in. Dirog.
Timson Maruma, fantastic striker of a cricket ball, comes to the crease.
We are in front,
Has
Isata.
some work ahead of him.
Front.
100 for 3 of the Takashinga Patriots. I thought at the pitch report earlier on this evening that a score around 200 was the bare minimum you needed to survive here, and Takashinga Patriots really look like getting anywhere near there.
We are. Isa.
Timmerson could have left that one. That surely would have been given a wide, but he's off the mark straight away with that shot into the covers.
End up behind.
Change of angle. Milton Shumba is going to come back around the wicket. He does most of his bowling from 2 right-handers.
Only one.
Worker here. He's going to pick out fielder on the deep extra cover boundary. Pick comes back for the second.
Just the slightest of misfield can cost your team a run, and really got to be watch the ball all the way into the palm of your hands. Just would have kept it to just a single. Oh, he decides to go after that one as well, but can't get it cleanly. And there's another slight fumble there. This time they don't come back for the second.
Worker here now, 135 strike rate, 48 he's made from 36. Which is pretty good numbers, considering the conditions when he first came in. So he's been able to consistently find boundaries. Now, up to whether or not Timson Maruma can actually be is going to be allowed to get going by Gladiators tonight. And that is in the air, and it's Maruma Tanga takes the catch. Timson Maruma has gone for just 1 run off the 2 deliveries he's faced, and Milton Shumba has got the big wicket. This is well set up. He's bowling a long way outside the line of off stump. Making it very difficult to go down the ground. Timson Maruma has decided to try anyway. And just given Maroa Tanga the simplest catch at a short third man. He's gone for 1 of 2 deliveries. Takashinga Patriots 104 for 4. That's the end of the 15th over. There's going to be a change in the commentary box. It's going to be Eli and Ruvimbo until the end of this innings.
Well, if there's anybody who seems to be having fun, it's those gentlemen on the Bryce stand. And I'm sure they're complimenting exactly what's happening on the field for Gladiators. Eli, good evening to you. 104 for 4 after 15. There's one place that we never thought Takashinga 1 would be in.
Well, good evening, Rainbow. In a difficult position that they will be. I tell you what, earlier on, Darlington said that 200 would have been a good score to defend. I wonder how he feels right now. Or what he will look at this. And you're looking at that projected score with the current run rate just close to 7. They 139 if they continue on this trajectory. But what will be key is this pair that is in at the moment. Roy Kahia, 48 of 36. And he's got Hamilton Masakadza on the non-striker's end. Slow by Maruatanga, and that has been dispatched. Nairobi first from the 4 nets. Roy Kahia will get to 50 of 37 deliveries.
Well, it's been a decent knocker there, Eli, from Roy Kahia. He knew he had to bat deep. He knew he had to go as deep as possible in the innings. He's done that. He scored 54 of the 110 runs that Patriots have. Looking at that replay, I mean, he caught that one sweetly, straight off the middle. Almost went for the gentleman on the Bryce stand. But he'll be hoping for more of those.
Definitely will. Looking to play a captain's innings. Goes at it again, flashes the blade. And that will run away for 4 again. So this is good momentum that is happening right here from Roy Kahia, looking to be attacking in these remaining overs.
Well, obviously, not necessarily a great bowling from Maruatanga. Short, wide, slapped over the covers and straight into the boundary. So what you really would want to see right now is more disciplined bowling from Gladiators. They've done so well so far. Now need to keep it tight till the end.
Bottom edge on this occasion. But however, it's been a good start to this over for the Patriots. And they have 2 boundaries to their name. And it'll just aid that effort to get to a decent total, in which, by my mark, if these 2 are to get along pretty well, if they can get to around the 170 mark, they'll be happy. It'll be better than where they're sitting so far with the projected score. Pace off on this occasion and just keeps it to 1.
Well, Eli, we were having a little bit of a chat off air, talking about how the pitch is behaving. Darlington has literally walked off, some would say in disgust, because he would have expected maybe a 200 off of Takashinga 1, but it's been difficult times out there. I mean, projected, yes, 147, but with the way that the boys are going, what is your projected total?
I did say I'll be happy if I was Roy Kahia around 170 mark. 180 would be pretty perfect for me considering how things have gone. Slow delivery into the block hole, well played by Hamilton Masakadza. He's not as quick as he was back in the day in between the wickets, and so they'll just settle for 1.
Just how important is such experience towards the end. He is also going to have to tee off somehow, some way as well to get a decent total on the board. I don't think it would be good enough for Roy Kahia to be hitting by himself. We've only got approximately 4 overs from here, 4.1 overs left. So Hamilton gets the opportunity, he has to tee off 2.
Played onto the onside. The fielder would do well to cut it off and just keep it at 2. And this is what they have been good at, the Gladiators. And they've been cutting off boundary shots, limiting the number of boundaries scored.
Yes, and that brings us to the end of the over. 118 for 4. Takashinga 1. Still a lot of work to do there to get to Eli's target of 180. And just in case you're wondering where you can catch all of this action, well, it's being live streamed on the Zimbabwe Cricket YouTube channel and Facebook page. And of course, a great big thank you to the production and broadcast partners, Picture Perfect, as well as ZBC, the Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation, making sure that this NPL T20 is being brought to you live and direct, and you can access it wherever, whether on mobile devices, or maybe you might be watching on your laptop or tablet. Whichever way, we'll definitely enjoy the action. Looks like Croman is coming back into the attack, and he has been bowling quite intelligently, pace on, pace off, making sure it's been difficult for you to get him away.
Definitely economical of the bowlers for Gladiators. Looking at his figures, he has 2 overs to his name, 12 runs conceded, and a wicket in the wickets column, so that's good from him. Slower. Hamilton Masakadza will play that too long on. Milton Shumba in that specific region because he is well equipped with the skills to handle things from there. And we have some of the people out here to watch the beautiful game. They're all smiles. I don't know which team they're rooting for. Would you be able to tell us, Rainbow?
Well, with the way that they're laughing, I would say it should be Gladiators at the moment.
Good delivery from Zinyama, pace off, and he gets a dot ball. He's been an instrumental figure for Gladiators. Last night picked up 3 for 33 and he's allotted 4. He was the wow factor, as I would term him. Magic with the ball. And he'll be looking for a similar performance tonight. A ticket to the final is what awaits the winners at the end.
Steps away, slashes it through the covers, but there's a man in the deep and restricted to just a single. So, I mean, you can see a bit of frustration there from the captain. Would have wanted to get more away. Well, you can enjoy a nice bevy if you come down to Harare Sports Club, just like the gentleman there. But at the moment, for Takashinga 1, not an enjoyable moment.
Face off again. Hamilton Masakadza has enough the muscle and power to launch that one into the VIP pavilion for a 6.
Oh, what a shot. Shows the experience in there. And really, I don't think you really saw too much of force and heaving in that one. Just timed that one, waited on it, went through his arc, and there we go. Saw it sailing all the way into the VIP area. Well, glad no one was there to receive that one.
Well, this is definitely what Hamilton Masakadza will be required to do in these remaining deliveries. Goes again. Will it be the same result? You betcha. Yes, it is. Another maximum. 2 consecutive maximums in the over. Hamilton Masakadza on the charge for the Patriots.
Oh, yes, on the charge and making sure, adding more and more. Just a little bit of a problem there. That was right in the slot and allowed Hamilton Masakadza to get underneath. That one was bigger, higher, and ultimately got the maximum. Now maybe Croman here losing the plot.
Better just back off a length. No, just be a single. 15 runs from the over. It's been a good one for the Patriots. What they would have wanted from the 17 done. 133 for 4. Getting down to the business end, I'll tell you what, before those 2 maximums from Hamilton Masakadza, there had been only a total of 12 boundaries that had been scored by the Patriots. Pretty subdued, you would say, looking at their scorecard. Joel Gumbi 27 of 30, very slow considering yesterday. Roy Kaya instrumental, still in at the moment, 62 from 43. Emmanuel Bauer, 22 from 19, similar to his performance yesterday. But however, Hamilton Masaka's are looking to tear off and probably take them to that 150, 160 mark with the way things are going.
Yes, even 170 is a possibility if he continues to tee off. But coming back in, Mnashe Zata, so far 1 for 15 off his 2.
Banged away, long off, over his head. That's 6 again. Good start to the over from the Patriots. What the doctor would have ordered for them.
Oh yes, definitely, and the doctor seems to be Hamilton Masakadza. Look at how he just leans on into that one, and Zata making the same mistake. Pitch it up to Hamilton Masakadza, who will go through his arc. He's a powerful man, and he'll send you over the boundary.
With an offer, crushed away, but there's a sweeper. Will he get to that one? No, he won't. It'll be 2 boundaries. That's 4 in the first 2 deliveries of Mnashe Zata's 3rd over.
Well, I feel a little bit of inexperience here as well coming into play. I would have wanted to see them employ a few more slower ball deliveries, force Hamilton Masakaza to put all the power and the strength in there. If you just plonk it there with pace, you'll be able to deliver those knockout blows. And that's exactly what he's doing right now. 25-07. He could easily race to a 50 here.
Inexperience, you're saying. We just saw Milton Shumba in the picture talking to Zata there. He is one of the senior players in the Gladiator side, hoping that is a different fate in the 3rd delivery. Well worked away to the leg side. They'll be pushing for 2. Can they come back? Hamilton Masakaza will be targeted. However, a slip in the field will allow him to come back.
And there we go, Hamilton Masakaza, well, putting on the afterburners, I would say. I'm sure you'll look for me after this commentary. But look, I think at the end of the day, just a little bit of inexperience, particularly within the first 2 deliveries. This is the time where you begin to experiment a little bit more. I think we've all been watching some of the international cricket slower ball deliveries here, slower ball bouncers, wide yorkers. Begin to change it up, mix it up. As long as you're just going to be rifling it in and firing it in, experienced batters like Hamilton Masakaza will dispatch you.
Into the block hole. And that's well bowled and well fielded from Zata in his own bowling. Previously there with stats of Hamilton Masakaza. And just look at the strike rate that he has. Well above 300, I tell you. So he's a man who's in great touch. 27 off 9. And projected score has been pushed up to 164. So 170 or 180. Could it be the target? Banged away. Long off, are you in action? He just decides to pull out at the last moment and allows them to run for 2 at the dismay of Mnashe Zata. He will feel that he has been dealt short of a wicket there.
Well, Mukabeta, yeah, well, look, let's be honest. I think that was a very tough chance to actually go for. But look, some effort was needed, especially considering how Hamilton Masakaza is batting right now.
This time off the middle, and it will disappear over the stands, possibly onto the street. 150 up for the Patriots.
Well, you can't buy experience, can you, Eli? Look at what experience can do. All of a sudden, 150 up, and the 18th over done and dusted. 2 more overs to go, and who knows, that 180 that you are talking about is a possibility. All of a sudden, 35 off 11. Look at how much of a difference that innings has made.
No, definitely. And I'll tell you what, Mnashe Zata will say that's insult to injury. And there was a possibility of a catch, but however, the field phase are just pulling away, and the next delivery dispatched away for a maximum.
Well, Gladiators, who seemingly had put themselves in a good position, now seemingly digging themselves into a very deep hole that they might find very difficult to get out of. They would have wanted, especially with the way they're going, to have restricted them to somewhere within the region of 130, 140. But unfortunately, Hamilton Masakaza has stepped onto the scene.
Clemens Nyama to Roy Kahia. Will this be a catch? Yes, it is. Ashley Mfandawe, the skipper, takes a beautiful catch to dismiss Roy Kaya, who had been the rock of the Takashinga Patriots innings. He will go for a solid 62 of 43.
Oh, well done to him for holding the innings together. I think it was a tough time out there, especially when he walked onto the crease, kept on rotating strike, found a couple of boundaries, but this time round, his luck of falling short. But of course, he'll leave the rest of the work to Hamilton Masakadza, who has been doing so well. But that 62 or 44 has definitely put Takashinga 1 in good stead, and hopefully to a decent total they can defend.
Now, definitely a captain's innings to say. I did say that it was the bedrock of the Takashinga Patriots innings that he gave us. New men coming to the crease. It shall be a pair of the Masakadza brothers for the Patriots that will be in action in these remaining deliveries. What can they do? Wellington Masakadza has been instrumental with the bat and ball in the last 3 games for the Patriots. What can he do in this game where there's a ticket into the final at stake?
Well, one of the things we can tell you as viewers, if this is the first time you're seeing Wellington Masakadza wield the willow, he can wield it, he can hit it long when called on. So Kromen Zinyama using his experience, using his quality and class to get rid of Roy Kaya. Let's see if he can make it 2 of 2 here and maybe just put some brakes on what is a revival for Takashinga 1.
Straight to one. Gets off the mark. Wellington with a single. Sensible cricket. He will give strike to Hamilton Masakadza, who has been seeing it like a beach ball out there.
Well, I wonder if you can see it any better than a beach ball, especially the way that Hamilton Masakadza has been seeing it. Now, of course, we can see maybe just a few changes in field placings. Now we do have a man long on. And it looks like we should have a long off. Well, it doesn't look like we have a long off. Milton Shumba most probably will come and occupy that. We do have a deep mid-wicket. We've got a man who's at a deep square leg position, a man at 45, a shortish third man. So they are expecting him to hit into all of these areas as well.
Adjustments continue with Milton Shumba taking charge of field placements. I'm sure that Ashley Mfandawe is happy for him to do that, in aiding him in marshalling the Gladiator charges. There we go. In the block hole, fall on, in the gap, 4 runs to Hamilton Masakadza. Doesn't matter where you place the fielders, he will find the gaps at the moment.
Oh yes, he's finding them. Surely a full toss. What did you expect? He was going to dish and throw the kitchen sink at that one. And once he found the gap, there was no stopping that. So once again, a bit of inexperience that is also coming in. Now, once again, on the leg side, we do have huge gaps. And surely you shouldn't be throwing full tosses if you don't want to be hit.
No, there's been a call by the umpire, Ainu Chabi, for a replacement ball. Hamilton Masakadza has done massive damage to this one, and they will require a much better ball to finish off these remaining deliveries.
Let's see whether he uses this one much better. Zinyama, what had been a fantastic spell, turning into a pretty expensive one. 2 for 32 of 3.3 at the moment. He's got 3 more deliveries. Let's see if he finishes off good.
Up and away. Hamilton Masakadza will send this one just slightly off, over, long on, and slightly off the side screen for a maximum.
Oh well, I did tell you that he is racing towards that magical figure at the moment. And 45 of 13, once again, just putting it in the slot, going through the arc. And there we have it. A long on, could just watch that one sail over. Looks like Hamilton Masakadza might have been going for the media guys as well.
Yeah, well, last night, this is the total that the Gladiators chased. It was 165, their target. However, Hamilton Masakadza still has about an over and 2 more deliveries to deal with. How many more can he get? We might be in here for the fastest 50 in the NPL this year. 13 deliveries and from 45 on 45. Hamilton Masakadza banged away. Does he get this one? Milton Shumba under it and takes a magnificent catch. He won't get to that 50, but I tell you what, he has done a brilliant job to push the Patriots. Good catch from Milton Shumba. Hamilton Masakadza will depart for 45.
Oh, well, he's already done the damage. This time round, not catching it too cleanly. And it was easily going to sail and nestle into the hands of Milton Shumba, who had been planning for him. So the field set does come off. And for Promen Zinyama, the most important thing is another wicket has come. Of course, it has come at the cost of 45 runs of 14 deliveries. What a knockout from the veteran.
I'll tell you what, there will be no one happier than the Gladiators to see the back of Hamilton Masakadza leave the field of play. He will receive an applause from his changing room, because I tell you, that innings of 45 for 14 is an important one. It puts them in a very, very much better place from where they were 2 overs ago.
Listen, Zarabani. Oh, well, he flicks that one straight for a 6. First delivery. Well, I thought his batting stance was quite weird right there, but he put himself in a fantastic position. Once it came to him, flicked it over square leg, straight to the boundary, and that's the end of the 19th over. And all of a sudden, 170 for 6.
And I'll tell you what, Blessing Zarabani, he is quite handy with the bat. He did that yesterday against Sogo Rangers. He put up 25 for 15. So do expect some fireworks in this last over if he's on strike.
On stamp.
170 is up, 6 deliveries to go. Where will the Patriots look to end off? I had called around 180 about 3 or so overs ago. And they seem well set to get there, but will it be enough? We'll wait to see. Let's see where they finish off. And it shall be Munashe Zata to bowl the penultimate over. Wellington Masakadza on strike.
Heaves onto leg side, to the deep mid-wicket area, and only just for a single.
That's a good start from Munashe Zata. Just one of that delivery. Wellington Masakadza was looking to slog, sweep it away, but just slapped it to deep mid-wicket. There'll be a field set change. A right-hander, left-hander combination we have at the moment. And set in the field for Blessing Zarabani here. And he can hit it many a mile, like you saw that delivery, flicked away for 6. Into the pads, and they scamper for 1. Good ball from Zata.
Well, I think the general strategy, especially if you're coming against Blessing Zarabani, keep it as far outside the off stump as possible. He's looking to heave it onto the leg side. And whilst the idea is to have your fielders down there, it's also to try and make sure that he doesn't get to swing through his arc.
Worked away leg side. Now scamper again for 1. And so the first 3 deliveries of this final over have been on point for Munashe Zata. He has done well just to keep it to singles. How will he fare off in the last 3 remaining?
Well. 3 balls to go. 7 runs to Eli's target. Inside edge, past the stumps, and straight away to the boundary. And as you saw, that heave on leg side, but this time round paying dividends as it just went past the stumps and of course off to the boundary.
Well, it doesn't matter how the runs come at this moment. Fortuitous runs, but they will welcome them, the Patriots. They will try to get as much as possible in these remaining 2 deliveries to come.
Well, I guess maybe 180 seems to be The last 2 days kind of a figure that anybody can set. Well, it was chased down by the Sogo Rangers last night. The question is, can Gladiators do the same? I think this will be a heavy lift for the boys, and that they'll need to do well.
Well, it was the Patriots who did set 183 yesterday. Play straight. And it'll be just another single. So one delivery to go. And Wellington Masakadza will be the better on strike. And what will he do? It'll be interesting to see how he will fare off on this one. Few changes in the field set. Everybody in front of squares on the boundary. And just shot third and shot far and that are inside the circle. Swing and a miss. And they push for one. Does it get there? No, he doesn't. They'll be run out on the last delivery for a good final over from Munashe Zata. He's done well. Only 8 runs off it. And it shall see the Patriots finishing off at 178 for the loss of 6 wickets.
Well, a decent knock after where things had initially gone to. Was a very tough start for Takashinga 1. That beautiful knock from Roy Kaya, scoring 62 or 44. And of course, that brilliant cameo from Hamilton Masakadza of 45 or 14 has led them to 178 for 6. So here we are, a run rate of around about 8.9. It is going to be a tall order for the Gladiators. But do you think that they've got the muscle and the power to actually make it over?
Yeah, wait to see how they will fare off in this one. It is 14 runs extra to the total that they chased down last night. And that is the Gladiators. I wouldn't be disappointed if I was in the Gladiators changing room. It's a pretty achievable target. Just looking at Takashinga Patriots, a betting card there. Joel Gumbi, 27 of 30, got a good start but was not able to push on. Roy Kahia will be instrumental, or was instrumental rather, that 62 of 44, as well as Emmanuel Bauer, 22 of 19. But however, the pick of the performance will be Hamilton Masakadza's cameo, 45 of 14, that takes them to the total of 178 for 7.
Oh yes, most definitely. So Milton Shumba coming through there as the captain, 2 for 20. But Cromin Zinyama once again with the ball, 3 for 44 off his 4. Became a little bit expensive later on as Hamilton Masakadza was digging into him. But a good bowling performance from the captain, Milton Shumba. And then Munashe Zata there picking up 1 for 43. So all of them went for a little bit of tap, particularly later on. But here is the summary.
Match summary, Takashinga 1 versus Gladiators. It'll be 179. That'll be the target. Key performances from Roy Kaya and Hamilton Masakadza with the bat for the Patriots. And then Kroman Zinyama, 3 for 44. Important. Milton Shumba as well, 2 for 20 in his allotted 4. So join us after a short break for the chase with the Gladiators.
Only the NPL T20 Blast Final, but we'll also have fantastic performances from arguably Zimbabwe's 2 biggest artists, Tammy Moyo and Volts JT. Admission is absolutely free here at Harare Sports Club. 5:30 p.m. Make sure that you make your way through. And of course, we would love to just acknowledge Zimbabwe Cricket YouTube channel and Facebook page. You can catch the live streaming of this match tomorrow as well. And then we would love to thank our production and broadcast partners. That's Picture Perfect, as well as ZBC, the Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation. There you have it. Gladiators Cricket Club need 179 runs in 20 overs. And we'll be back after the break for the chase.
T20 Blast is down to the final 4. Be sure to catch the qualifiers, the eliminator and the final at Harare Sports Club from the 5th to the 7th of September 2024. Sogo Rangers take on Takashinga Patriots 1 in the first qualifier, and Gladiators take on Westside in the eliminator this Thursday, the 5th of September. Don't forget, entrance is absolutely free. The action's hotting up. You don't want to miss it. the NPL T20 Blast Finals. Be there. The NPL T20 Blast is down to the final 4. Be sure to catch the qualifiers, the eliminator, and the final at Harare Sports Club from the 5th to the 7th of September 2024. Sogo Rangers take on Takashinga Patriots 1 in the first qualifier, and Gladiators take on Westside in the eliminator this Thursday, the 5th of September. Don't forget, entrance is absolutely free. The action's hotting up. You don't want to miss it. The NPL T20 Blast Finals. Be there.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Harare Sports Club for our second qualifier here for NPL 2024, which sees Takashinga 1 taking on Gladiators. TC, how do you think this one will go? 179 to win. Who are you backing for this one if you're brave enough to call it?
Well, I think Takashinga did extremely well to get to 178. First 10 overs, they found the going really, really tough. Roy Kaya scoring a half century and Hamilton Masakadza coming in and making it seem like there was absolutely nothing wrong with the wicket. He found runs quite easily, and he played a very big role in his team making it to 178. So 179 needed. Well, it's do or die for the Gladiators. If they want to be in the final tomorrow, they have to make sure they chase this down.
Absolutely, an absolutely lethal effort from that man you spoke of. Hamilton Masakadza breathing life into the Takashinga 1's effort. Maybe a bit disappointed to be playing this encounter after yesterday's loss. That to the Rangers, who are already sitting in that final. Here we go, Blessing Muzarabani to open the bowling for Takashinga 1. Bowling to Jingoruma and Lennox Chando for the Gladiators side. And they obviously back off a victory last night over West Side to march him further on in this competition. Business end here. This man needs no introduction. Blessing Muzarabani. Unfortunately, unable to find his line early on in this spell of his bowling wide.
It was a good take from Joylord Gumbi, diving, full length dive to his left. Looking for wides. It's definitely on the cards there. It's great wicket keeping. Blessing Muzarabani just still trying to find his rhythm, his line, his length. But as you mentioned, he doesn't need any introductions. He's a genuine wicket taker.
Just over that line there. And you just said his introduction. Been quite impressed with his batting exploits over this weekend. I must point out, been really impressed with his work, especially yesterday in that fight of theirs that they did put on against the Soga Rangers. Unfortunately, didn't bear fruit then, but yeah, saw him as well. His first delivery got a boundary this evening, and now having to do the work with the leather.
Yeah, well, he hit the very first ball he faced when he came out to the wicket for 6. I don't think anyone was expecting that. Everyone was pleasantly surprised. By everyone, I mean those supporting Takashinga. I don't think Gladiator fans would have enjoyed that much, but a steady start from him. Just that one wide, accompanied by 3 dot balls. Jingoruma still trying to just figure out what this wicket is like.
Edge and dropped. Oh, chance gone a begging early on for this Takashinga side. Muzarabani can be pretty disappointed with that effort. I mean, as a bowler, you've created the chance early on, and this surely would have had their tails wagging here on the Takashinga side.
Yeah, Timison Maruma should have gobbled that up. Very experienced player. Wasn't a difficult chance by no means. And he'll be kicking himself. Jingoruma survives. Would have gone for a duck. Blessing Muzarabani still shaking his head in disappointment. It's a regulation catch gone down there.
Yep, see, I'm surprised senior statesman Hamilton Masakadza doesn't occupy that. Taking nothing away from Timson Maruma.
First runs off the bat. Jingoruma rides the bounce very nicely and just nudges it into the leg side. Still shaking his head, Blessing. Really not happy with that drop catch, but he needs to quickly put that past him and continue bowling that line that he managed to find the edge. Just the one ball to come in the over. That's obviously that early breakthrough opportunity has gone a begging.
Yeah, and the man on strike to face his first delivery, Lennox Chando, sitting TC, second of the run scorers in this competition, receiving an absolute jaffa, getting cut up But yeah, he is currently sitting second in the leaderboard for the top run scorers with 303 in his 8 innings. Jaden Schandorf off the Rangers occupies first, but good accolade to take into this game, TC.
Yeah, good accolade. An eventful first over. It's 2 for no loss. Is Takashinga's squad. We'll be looking now to bowlers to add some crucial deliveries. Tapiwa Mufudza, he's picked up a number of wickets. They'll be looking to the left arm of Wellington Masakadza. Timson Maruma as well. He's a very handy bowler. It's a star-studded side there.
And so as on this batting side of the Gladiators, we have spoken of Lennox Chandor. He's done really well for his side. They've got quite a number of names there as well. Milton Shumba as well, batted really well last night. So they do have manpower really, TC, to make an effort of it. I mean, we did see last night Milton Shumba playing a very valiant inning for his side.
Yeah, no, he's looking really good, and I'm sure when he comes out, it's like the last ball of the first over might have clipped Shinguruma. It's nice to see he's all right. But yeah, just the one run off the over. Lennox Chando will be on strike now, and he's in good touch as well. He's in really, really good nick. I'll tell you what, that boy can bat. He's currently second on the top run scorers list. He's got scores of 47, 70, 61, 44, 37. Just 2 low scores of 4. First ball duck, but other than that, he's really batting well, averaging 37 with a strike rate of 167. Oh, he's looking really good.
I'll tell you what, there have been some big names, like you're saying, in this game, in this encounter, bowling at him. So it's a beautiful chance and opportunity for someone like him to put up his hand.
Yeah, and this is how this NPL T20 Blast season has been like. What an amazing season it's been. That's coming to an end tomorrow, but lots more to look forward to. Obviously, this run chase tonight and tomorrow, the final. But that's how the season has panned out. So the Rangers were unbeaten for quite a number of matches. They were defeated. And then marched on in the tournament and have found themselves in the finals, awaiting the winner of this match that we have currently.
Good evening,
That's the summary of the season. Last match list. You need to go at 9.5 to the over. Do Gladiators Cricket Club, 177 runs needed.
The new man into ball, Wellington Masakadza. He does occupy the #1 ranking for the bowlers in this competition, with 15 wickets from his 8 innings, averaging 13. Economy rate of just around 7. So an even contest here. And #2 on the bat with Chando on the opposite end, and then Masakadza, and he starts.
Looks like it was a bump ball, crowd catch. Just the dot ball off the first ball of Wellington's over.
Keeping things really tight in the beginning of his spell here. Masakadza came out to bat right at the end. Don't have too much time to occupy the crease, and gets a chance for him to shine here with the ball for his Takashinga side. Oh, attempt on this cut shot, just trying to guide it down, but Masakadza foxing the batsman.
Yep, very good start from Wellington. Very experienced player. His left arm. And oh my, he's not getting anything onto the bat yet. Shinguruma, he's faced 4 dot balls that we saw from. And another dot ball. Hoodie, we saw from the Takashinga innings that it's very, very difficult to get cracking on in your innings, apart from Hamilton Masakadza, who just completely destroyed the Gladiators' attack. Very, very good first over. Chinguruma and Chandu struggling a little bit here. 2 over 1, 2 for none.
Absolutely. I think Chinguruma almost has to give Lennox Chandu a few more chances, even though, look, he did struggle to get Masakadza away. He does occupy that number 1 ranking for a reason, but some exciting batters to come for this Gladiator side. Milton Shumba, Kroman Zinyama. I mean, if they can get some runs there, they'll be looking good.
Yep, they do have a lot of batting to come. Most of the batting wasn't called upon yesterday, though.
Absolutely, as we see Blessing Muzarabani return from the golf course end, driven straight into the man at cover. Keeping things extremely tight in these early stages. 177 required off 107. Muzarabani will be hoping for better over than his first. It wasn't incredibly bad. I'm sure just the more he bowls, he'll get into his rhythm.
No, he will. He will, and I think the test here is on the 2 opening batters. That's a nice sound off the bat. But, oh, he had to put in the dive. He was in trouble. But no harm done for the Gladiators. They do come through for a single. Both batters off the mark now, so they get rid of that in their minds, and now they can focus on trying to build a partnership. And if they don't score and rotate strike, yeah, that run rate is going to keep climbing. Now, almost at 10 to the over. You don't want it to stretch too far out.
Yeah, absolutely. You never want that to be the case, because then you're just always under pressure. You know, you want to set yourself a target for the over. Them at the moment gets a glove to it and races down to the boundary for their first boundary. The Gladiators, it'll be well received.
Oh, very welcome runs there. Joy Lord maybe could have put in the dive there to his left, maybe felt it was too far out. And very welcome boundary to the fine leg boundary for 4 runs.
Could that, you know, settle some nerves for this pair as they look to get themselves going a little bit now. Just off the picture, someone walking across the side screen is being asked to move away. But yeah, they've got to get going soon, TC, because you don't want to, you know, just feel uncomfortable when it feels like you've got to get a ridiculous amount of runs off your overs. They want to pluck away at this Takashinga total consistently. But with bowling like this.
Yeah, and even that defensive shot there, you could see it wasn't a comfortably played shot. He looked to be out of sorts a bit. You know, one leg out to the side, releasing one arm off the bat as he played it. So it's definitely quite difficult to bat out there. Got time though. That rate, that will just be playing on the back of their minds, which I guess is now working against them. Chasing, you know what you need per over, but if the runs are not coming, it adds pressure.
And he tries an uppercut there. But tell you what, half of experience Muzarabani holds and possesses means Mr. Umpire only has to signal one warning for that. Was just the first bouncer off his over. They've got to create something, like you alluded to. Just didn't look too comfortable there. Did Chinguruma trying to create something, you know. Unfortunately not coming off at the moment, but they'll be happy to see out Muzarabani's bowl. Will they bring him back for a third? Guess any time will tell.
And he's extracting quite a lot of bounce from this wicket. Half an appeal from Blessing. Charlotte's feeling that one in his house. Good pace on the ball. And it's 3 overs gone. Gladiators Cricket Club struggling here on 7 for no loss.
And that comes at the end of the third. It is NPL 2024, ladies and gentlemen. And our second qualifier, whoever takes this one tonight, marches straight on to the final. However, Gladiators needing 172 to win off 102. If they manage it, the Rangers do await them in tomorrow's final dance, ladies and gentlemen, be at Takashinga, and it will be them. And that will be almost a revenge fixture for the Takashinga 1 Patriots after their defeat last night, which has now forced them into 3 days of cricket if they do manage. TC could be quite taxing on the body. It is only T20 cricket.
Firmly struck down the ground. They'll run the first one hard, but they'll just settle for just the one. It does, but these guys, it's been like that all season. They've been playing with pretty short turnaround, and it being finals and tournament coming to an end. He's trying some innovation now, attempting to go for the reverse sweep way outside the line of off stump. No chance that's going to be given out, but the pressure of not having runs come quite freely is making the batsmen take initiative.
Absolutely, they've got to do that. Oh, gets onto knee. Unfortunately, can't get to it. I just can't get that Willow onto any leather at all. Seems at the moment.
That did not miss the off stump by much. It was oohs and ahs out there.
No run! Yes, boys!
The dot ball.
Sachin is under pressure, boys!
Pressure being applied by Takashinga.
Absolutely, you've got to give kudos to the two openers, Mzarabani and Masakadza. Not entirely surprised by his efforts here. Second attempt not coming off, and that could get really frustrating for Chingoruma. He's got to be extremely headstrong there, but 18 balls faced thus far and only the 5. And then he's got on the opposite end Lennox Chando, who is second in the top run scorers, only having faced 4 balls.
Well, he's managed to squeeze that one through. Very well played, late cut. He rode the bounce, got on top of it quite nicely and pierces that gap for a welcome boundary. Decides to go onto the back foot, and look at that, just frees his arms through the line. A valiant effort from backward point. Nashika Munukamwe chasing that ball, but the ball wins the race.
It sure does, and that also brings us to the end of the 4th over. 12 without loss are the Gladiators. Takashinga putting almost a chokehold on the run flow here.
Well, they're in full voice, aren't they? Supporting, loving the cricket action out here at Harare Sports Club. You can do the same tomorrow evening. Do come and join us. It's an absolute amazing experience under lights here for the players and spectators alike. But they must be Takashinga fans, those singing like that, firmly on top. Or maybe they're Gladiators Cricket Club supporters trying to spur their batters on here, the opening batters. There's a change of bowling from the golf course end. Just testing his run up. He's going to pull out. I think that's Munashe Chipare who's coming. Yeah, Chipara, that's him. Oh, they think about the quick single. Not a good idea.
Boy. Starts off well, does Chipara. If he can carry on with the same sort of effort delivered by Muzarabani and Masakadza, could be troubled times for the Gladiators ahead, unless they do produce a phenomenal effort, but you don't want to leave it too late, TC. They've got to give themselves a chance early on here. This man, currently on strike, Lennox Chando, will be the man. He's going to have to step up tonight for the Gladiators. And as I say that,
well, that's what relentless pressure does. The bowling change, they would have felt they can try and target the new bowler, but not to be. He has to depart. What a ball and what a start from Takashinga Patriots. Gladiators lose their first.
Yeah, so you've got to feel a bit hard done for Chando, though. I mean, we're into the 4th over, and this was only the 4th ball he's faced in this entire inning. Whilst he's sitting on the other end watching that run rate just continue to rise, he had to do something a bit outside of his game. And unfortunately, he's got to trot back to the dugout. for Takashinga. Their first wicket, only 14 runs chipped away at their total. 4.1 overs gone. I'm smiling if I'm a Takashinga Patriots fan.
Oh, no, absolutely. They're on top. That wicket just... They deserve that. They deserve a wicket. Given the first 4 overs they've had, I think they've really come out and they've pulled the right line, especially Blessing Muzarabani just kept the batters guessing. And Wellington Masakadza from the other end, he also managed to keep things quite tight. And Gladiators under pressure, yeah. Oh, kind of dances away to the offside there and plays the ball. Looks like Anashe Taruinga is the new man in. Yes, it is indeed him. So Chipara getting a breakthrough. The very second ball of his contribution tonight in his first over. That'll give him a lot of confidence, Moody, for the remainder of the game.
Absolutely. I mean, wicket early on, the first breakthrough, and your fielders as well put in the right place. Bowling to his field. Could he start with a maiden wicket? Just 2 deliveries remaining here. Chipara has just carried on and the work done by the 2 that did come before him. Gladiators, something's got to happen here. Something's got to change soon.
And that run rate is now touching 11. It's 10.83. That's what the pressure is doing. And that's a forced shot from Panashe Taruinga. He's going to do whatever it takes to try and keep this scoreboard ticking. So the wicket maiden you were talking about spoilt that over, that shot to the leg side. But nonetheless, it's been a fantastic over that he would want to close out well here.
Absolutely. I think I've done these players too many favors. I talked up Linux so well, got bowled. That exact delivery I was chatting about him. And then I talk about a maiden. And Chipara concedes a single. Nonetheless, he won't mind that at all. And neither will his teammates. Within the first 5, I think they've most certainly won that power play.
Well, dug in a bit short, and that's phenomenal work at the point. Fielder there to keep that to just the 1. So it's 5 overs gone. 15 for 1. There's going to be a change in the commentary box for the next 5 overs, Darlington and Ravimbo.
Well, a great big thank you to Moody, Diwa, as well as TC. Just quickly looking at the match summary right now. Gladiators are ambling along. 5 overs gone. 15 for 1 at the moment. Has been a very tough start, Darlington.
Takashinga have done what we call bringing the pain. They've brought the pain tonight. Blessing Zarabani, just 8 runs from his 2 overs. Wellington Masakadza, absolutely outstanding. And it's just the pressure that they've built. We saw something similar in the Takashinga innings. They got off to a slow start, lost an early wicket, and there was a young batsman who had an opportunity, who wasn't able to convert it into a big innings. And there's another young batsman here. Panashe Taruinga has an opportunity here. He really has to just knuckle down and work out how to get from here to the next 164 runs.
Yeah, well, definitely we won't be piling all of the pressure on him, but he will face Chipara.
Been a batting change, actually.
Oh, really?
That is on the city end. Mtsamba, Trevor Mtsamba. Lennox Chando has not quite got hold of that one. I think if he'd hit it right, it would have ended up in the backward square leg fielder's hands. Been tough going so far this evening.
Well, it's been a tough start, but once again, I think just looking at his bowling figures, he's got 3 5-wicket hauls, very experienced bowler, so surely should know what to do to try and keep the screws on Gladiators. And does a slip out. Is that courtesy of Jude Darlington? Has that happened to you often?
I think there's the answer. He left the pocket of his trousers unzipped and caught the thumb in there as he was running up. Something I confess to having done a few times myself. I was a lot younger then. Didn't dream of running in that hard anymore, but yeah, he's just got that thumb caught in the pocket of his trousers, and that's a good shot. Great response from that young man, Panashe Taruinga.
Oh, yes. Well, look, to be honest, that was a poor delivery. Angling down leg side, helped it on its way. There was no chance for Hamilton Masakazawa standing at 45 there to get anything anywhere near that. So these much-needed runs for the Gladiators, and will just edge them ever so closer to that target. But of course, more work needs to be done. A lot more that we can expect. Darlington, considering that we are in the evening, Jude tends to become a factor.
That's the other side. This time it's over backward point. Panashe Taruinga has taken advantage of the fact that Trevor Mtamba has overcorrected. Was too straight down the leg side, the ball before this one, and this time he's gone too wide outside the off stump. And Panashe Taruinga moves to 9 from just 5 deliveries.
Oh, yes, indeed. So really good awareness there, trying to make sure that they capitalize on this radar that has been lost a little by Ntamba. Onto the leg side, and this time round, great work at 45 by Hamilton Masakaza to limit that to just 1. That was a clear boundary for all my money.
It's good work from Hamilton, and smile of appreciation there from Joy Lord Gumbi. Doesn't look like he landed comfortably. He's just holding his shoulder for a little bit.
Oh, well, looks like a pace off that particular delivery. And goes straight under him. Was looking to launch that one straight over the mid-wicket that is there. Maybe would have been a bit of a chase for long on. It was quite wide at the moment.
This time he comes down the wicket, works him down towards long on.
What up, boys? What up, boys? Keep your boys, keep your boys, keep your boys.
End of the 6th over, 26 for 1.
Well, looking at the beautiful night sky, that is the equation needed by the Gladiators. 153 runs from 84 balls. Kind of wonder what the conversation was when the two men met in the middle of the pitch there. Keep going. Keep your head in there. Let's go past this. I mean, this is now the end of the first power play.
Just 26 runs from that power play. Leaves that required nearly 11 runs and over is what's needed. And for the first time tonight, we have the off spinner into the attack. Tapiwa Mufudza.
Well, at least the run rate is definitely on his side. He can put the screws on. Very experienced campaigner. Has been doing really well on the domestic scene, picking up wickets left, right, and center.
That is picked out. Tinashe Kamunu Kamwe, and it's gone straight through his hands and all the way for 6. What a start for Tapiwa Mufudza. Got everything right. And Tinashe Kamunu Kamwe just couldn't do his bit to finish off.
Not so sure if there was light in his eyes as the ball came through to him. He was well inside and could have positioned himself a little bit better. This time round, hoiked onto the leg side. But it is only just for a single. Surely that can really disappoint and frustrate a bowler. Kamunu Kamwe there. I'm not so sure if he's still wondering what happened for the ball to go through his hands, but he didn't look comfortable under it at all.
That is an animated shot from Tapiwa Mufudza. Tinashe Taruinga looked like he had shuffled across towards the offside. Try and work that behind square on the leg side. But I know Chabi was not even moved.
Well, I think those kinds of appeals tend to come, especially once a chance has been dropped like that one. Just trying to eke something out of the umpire. Oh, and he's bowled him. The ball went straight under his bat. It was an inside edge. Went under him, straight onto the off stump. And that is the wicket that they wanted. And they've got it. Lennox Chando gone.
A little slower through the air, I think, and Lennox Chando just threw a shot early. Got a bottom edge, one bounce and into the top of middle stump. And Tapiwa Mufudza picks up a wicket as Gladiators lose Lennox Chando for 13 from 12, 34 for 2.
Well, a little bit of deja vu here. Quite a similar position that Takashinga was in. Maybe the only difference was what Hamilton Masakadza brought on in the end to spur them on to a fantastic target. But now it is Captain Milton Shumba who has to come out and maybe repeat what he did last night and a bit more if he intends to get his side over the line and into that final. Milton Shumba had a fantastic knock yesterday, 56 runs that he was able to hit, and saw other players actually chuckling and saying some of the shots you played yesterday were quite amazing. He'll be hoping to repeat that feat today, and he's not coming under the best of circumstances at the moment.
$34 for 2, 145. Needed 11 runs and over. 10.88 to be precise, but 11 runs and over. Tapiwa Mufudza, it's just bowling a lot slower through the air than most spinners do in this version of cricket. He's really held it up. He's not been afraid to toss it up. And as a result, he's been successful.
Oh, Milton Shumba does get off the mark. Just channels that one down onto the leg side. Well, the end of a very fruitful over. 1 wicket in it. Gladiators 35 for 2 after 7. Really nice little crowd that has come out to watch the cricket. Actually, some really nice numbers, especially when you look at it that it's evening time in Harare. It can be very challenging for many others to come and watch. But they've braved the weather, they've braved the night, and they're here. And looking at that worm, right now the Gladiators worm struggling to keep up with the Takashinga one worm. And we'll be hoping maybe at round about the 10th over that they can meet it halfway. But there's still a lot of work to be done if they intend to get there. So here comes Roy Kaya into the attack. Captain to captain. Oh, wow. That one was actually darted in. Almost caught on the back foot there, Darlington.
Start from Roy. Okay, yeah. Quicker than Fudza.
No run, Roy! Oh, Roy!
Just driven down the ground for a single. And Taruinga comes on strike.
Down the ground, and he's cleared the boundary effortlessly. Panashe Taruinga has got one in the slot and absolutely nailed it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
he
Right.
totally
Watch him start, that's
lined
a ball.
that one up,
Whoa.
sent it over. I mean, that's exactly what Gladiators need right now as they move on to 42. This time round quicker. And just clipped onto the leg side. Might be looking for two. Taruinga rushing in, and he makes it. So great running as well, but not the cleanest of takes from Joylord Gumbi.
That throw pitched into, landed into foot marks on the wicket next door to the one that this match is being played on. It didn't bounce evenly.
No run, Roy. Ukumana jarwita se Roy. Adango kanda moko umeru.
Oh, wow. Quite close, but it looked like it was just angling down leg side. And it brings us to the end of that particular over. Quite eventful end of an over. And Gladiators on 44 for 2 after 8. Just looking at those towers. Look at those Manhattans in the Takashinga innings coming towards the end there.
Manya se zvari kuita izvi. Atombofa nomhanya urimirira Roy. Irachonotata zvito for long Roy. Ndozvakakosha Roy. Chonotata zvito for long. No run, Roy. Like it, Roy. That's the spirit, Roy. No, right to me. Wake up. Give me nice, nice. Yeah, both Timmy.
Good evening once again. Thank you for joining us. Harare Sports Club. I'd like to apologize for the loss in transmission. Just had some power issues there, but the action resumes with the Gladiators on 81 for 3. Milton Shumba on 19 of 17. TC. Quite a daunting task that the Gladiators have if they are going to grab that ticket to the final.
Yeah, daunting task, but Milton Shumba has come in and he's got a big innings to play here. Similar to the one he did yesterday, actually. Except this one, the rate is up over 12. Yesterday they got there to canter, but this one is going to be a challenging one. 12 overs gone, 82 for 3.
Yeah, pretty big one. I would say that the pair that are in at the moment for the Gladiators, they are the ones that they will look to get to that required total of 179. And that's the match summary at the moment. Takashinga put into bat first, scoring 178 of the allotted 20 for the loss of 7 wickets. And at the moment, Gladiators in their chase are 82 for 3. They need to double their scoring rate at the moment. And there have been some shots by Ashley Mfandawia, the captain. Milton Shumba on strike. And just punches it into the offside. He's going to push for a single. And that's a pretty tall order. And somebody needs to step up for the Gladiators and see out the rest of this innings by playing positive cricket. It'll be a test of their pedigree, the Gladiators.
Indeed it will, but they've got what it takes, the two batters out there at the moment, Milton Shumba and Mufandawia. But it's been really, really good from Takashinga. Oh, that's Plum in front. Plum in front. Mufudza celebrates. Takashinga Cricket Club celebrate, and they continue to pile on the misery here. Oh dear. The captain rocks back, and that ball stayed really, really low. And that was out any day of the week. BW Plum in front.
A disappointed Ashley Mfandawia, just signaling that it kept really low. He'll go for 17 of 7 with a strike rate of 242. It looked to be playing positive, but unfortunately on that occasion, that one stayed pretty low. And Tapiwa Mfudza picks up his second of the game, and he'll be a much happier. And there'll be signs of relief for Takashinga. At some point in this game, really had their backs against the wall, but pretty much they have one hand on that ticket into the final.
They do. It's just really worked out really for them. Asked to bat first by Gladiators. The going tough, but did extremely well to get to 179. Tanatswa Chisho, he's tried out at number 6 for Gladiators. And it's the required run rate for me that just keeps climbing, Eli.
Tanatswa Chisho, the new man, he'll have to get in quite quickly and settle pretty fast. Someone updating their status on proceedings. Looking to rock back, big shout. But I'll tell you that might have been just going down leg side. And Chavi, not interested at all. But a good over from Tapium. Just one run off it, and the big wicket in it. A tricky customer, Tapium Fulza. Not easy to get away.
And he closes out the over really, really well. What an over, and it's applauded by his teammates. Getting the Gladiators skipper out. 13 overs gone, 83 for 4.
seeing a lot of permutations of what should be done for the Gladiators to come back at 83 for 4. After 13, they need 96 from 42. And that's the Gladiators. And Roika here, changing things up. He brought himself back into the attack. We'll have a discussion with Blessim Zarabani, what they need to do to close this one off and seal their place in the final. They'll have another shot against the Sogo Rangers.
Oh, what a game that will be. Takashinga will be looking to get one back on them. We spoke about it earlier in the pre-match build-up. And he decides he's had enough now. Milton Shumba, he's not going to be bogged down. He's going to die trying. Only get the 2 runs, but I think that's what Gladiators need here. Eli, they need someone to just take ownership and go after the attack.
Oh, definitely. You can't bother just trying to knock it around. Someone needs to take the attack to the Takashinga Patriots. Tanatso Sisro seems to be in some pain there. I'm not pretty sure what happened to him. The doctor will be called in to have a look. Seems like a hamstring cramp issues that he has, but he's just been there for 4 deliveries. So I'm thinking probably he's pulled a hamstring or 2. Not what his team would want at the moment, because they need everybody that's in their best form to come to the party, considering where things are. Another worried face trying to figure out what's happening right there. But yeah, fairly decent crowd that we have coming through to watch the games. Similar to last night. I'm sure that tomorrow we should be expecting a little bit more of people to come through.
Yeah, I think so. It's the finals. All the Rangers, friends, families will be out. So will the winner of this match, and all the neutrals, all the cricket lovers from around Harare. We are imploring you to come out tomorrow from 5 p.m. It's just not cricket. And as you can see in your picture, people having fun here. That could be you tomorrow enjoying the cricket.
Yeah, she's seeing herself on the big screen. You're live on TV, man. And definitely enjoying the proceedings of what's happening. So definitely do come through tomorrow. It'll be a good day outing for the entire family. We have everything for everybody, I tell you. As you can see, everybody is enjoying the game out here. Everybody wants a shout out. Eager to see themselves out live here. Almost each and every corner that you see from the grass bank side, there are people that are eagerly wanting to see this one through, to say who will face Sogo Rangers in the final of the NPL T20 Blast for the year 2024. The equation at the moment, 94 needed of 41 for the Gladiators. It seems as if Tanatso Chiso has been sorted by the medical staff, and action about to resume with Milton Shumba on strike and Roy Kahir with 5 deliveries to go.
One!
Too long off and kept it to a single.
Gladiators Cricket Club needs someone to play a Hamilton Masakadza-like innings for them. I mean, he got in from ball 1, hit one down the ground for a single, but it came out of the middle of the bat. He didn't struggle for timing, scored a brisk, I think 14 balls. And they just don't seem to pick it at the moment. But how dearly would Gladiators love someone to step up like Hamilton did for Takashinga?
A good ball from Roy Kahir. quickly getting through the overs. That's what you're seeing, what Takashinga is employing. That's why there's the use of spinners. Been difficult to get away, but definitely somebody needs to get going for Gladiators, not to just to chew up balls. Goes at it, hits it well, and clears the boundary with ease. That's away from Tenato Chiso's bat to get off the mark with a 6.
Well, it was right in his arc. All he had to do was get bat on that one, and he got plenty of it over the side screen for a maximum under the lights here. 87 runs needed now off 36 ball. Doable, but very difficult, Eli.
Somebody or a pair from Gladiators needs to come to the party. Required run rate 14.5. So they're currently going just at 6.5. They need something special. Who will it be who will put their hands up to say, let's stand up and be counted?
What a brilliant shot to end the 14th over. That was from Tanatswa Chisho to get off the mark, actually. Blessing Muzarabani. He's bowling from the golf course end. When you need to score at 14.5 and over, and you see Blessing Muzarabani bowling at you, it doesn't really help, does it, Eli?
Doesn't at all. Up in the air. Blessing Muzarabani under it. Takes the catch and dismisses Milton Shumba, who had been the set batter between the two. And I tell you what, this might just virtually be it for Takashinga to see them during the final. Bitten for pace to tell, gets a leading edge, and Blessing Muzarabani does well to get under it and completes the catch.
Oh, Blessing does very well, as you mentioned, to get under that one. He's loving it along with Hamilton Masakadza. Milton Shumba, whom I felt was the one who had what it takes to take the Gladiators Cricket Club home. Unfortunately, he perishes for a well-played 24 off 23, just when he had decided to take the attack on. Blessing Muzarabani produces a cotton ball, and Gladiators Cricket Club are in trouble now on 92 for 5.
92 for 5, some conversations happening right there to try and discuss what could have happened there, how Blessing Muzarabani was able to complete the cotton ball right there. Picks up one and is doing magnificently well. He's picked up his first wicket in the 2 overs for only 8 runs.
I don't know if they're talking anything to do with cricket on that table, but I'd like to hope so. I think they're probably making plans for what's happening after this game.
Definitely. Just gotta have a bit of fun in it. Marumatsanga, the new batter in. I tell you what, Takashinga, they virtually are walking into the final right here as we speak. Required run rate will skyrocket to 14.9, almost kissing that 15 mark to be needed. 87 in 35.
Marumatsanga gets off the mark straight away with a single. Eli, Soga Rangers sitting at home following this game, watching this game. Do you think they would have preferred a certain team over the other to meet tomorrow? Or do you think they don't really mind? They're ready for either Gladiators or Takashinga? Or do you think they're sitting there going,
Well, I love to believe that they will say that they don't mind playing against anyone, but there's nothing better than a rivalry with the team that you have had the better of once or twice in the tournament. Oh, good ball. That's a good ball by Blessing Muzarabani to Tanatsu Chisho. Using all of his experience, Muzarabani, the tall, lanky fast bowler.
So if I get you correct, you're saying the Soga Rangers would love to take on Takashinga Patriots tomorrow?
I believe they would. They'll be like, come on, let's go it again. Well ball and well played, and just trying to work it around. Will they push for two? Yes, they do, because they have to. And they really need to try and get going. And the pair that is here, not much left in terms of deliveries, but a lot is expected from the 33 deliveries left. 84 runs needed.
Yeah, and it's looking more and more challenging for Gladiators. 15.75 they need now. It's the rate they go at. Lovely guided, but could have been another wicket there, Eli, had he managed to come in a little bit quicker. I'm sure he'll tell you, I played that as perfectly as I wanted to play it.
Well, great effort there from the fielder. He was caught in two minds whether to go for the catch or try just to keep it to a few, but a good save in the end. Just one more delivery to go to end the 15th. 96 for 5 is where they are at. You wonder how it will all finish up. Well ball by Mzarabani, completes his third, and that'll be the end of the 15th and 96 for 5. There'll be a change in voices in the commentary box.
Blessing Zarabani, 3 overs, 1 wicket for 12 runs, has really brought the pain today, really turned up, bowled spectacularly. As a result, Gladiators Cricket Club find themselves in a very, very difficult position. Simba Maroatanga and Chisho have to somehow find 80 runs between them from just 33 balls. From just 30 balls.
Well, to be fair, the only way that can happen is if they have that fantastic knocker that Hamilton had. But just looking at the scorecard, it tells you a whole lot about how their innings have gone. Starts, but nobody finishing that off. And they do scamper through for a single as we enter the 16th over. Once again, a case of, in my view, Darlington, a case of experience, a case of knowing what to do when it matters most, and that's what Takashinga 1 has done.
Innings that separates these two sides for me was that knock by Hamilton Masakadza earlier this evening. Really came in and took charge, absolutely smashed it everywhere. Really got Takashinga into a, from one stage they looked like getting a score around 130 until he came in. And then the target was 179. And I think that is the key moment of this match. And then he's been ably supported by very good bowling from Blessing Mzarabani. Just 1 wicket, but very, very economical. And that's another wicket for Wellington, the first one for Wellington Masakadza. Maroa Tanga looking to go towards the deep backward square leg boundary. And he's bowled by Masakadza as Gladiators lose wicket number 6.
Well, Wellington Masakadza picking up his first wicket, and clearly I think he played all around that one. He didn't look comfortable around it, didn't get to the pitch of it, didn't get in line with it, and he's gone. Maroa Tanga is gone, and is only gone for 3 or 4 deliveries. So walking in will be another batter who will have the unenviable task of trying to find 80 of 27 if they intend to get into the final tomorrow. But let's look at that scorecard once again. Starts, Darlington, but none of them actually going on to do the business.
Lennox Chando, 19 from 24. Panashe Taruinga, 21 from 14. Milton Shumba, 24 from 23. And then Ashley Mfandawea, 17 from 7. One of those, or both, or 2 of those guys had to get big scores for this to be possible. But it was Blessing Zarabani, 3 for 4 overs for 12 runs, 1 wicket. And then Wellington Masakadza just picked up his first Monashe Chipara got the first wicket that fell in the Gladiators run chase.
Tapiwa Mshope steps to the crease. How hard was it for you, particularly Darlington coming in situations like these? And then everybody piling on the pressure to say, get the runs, win us the game, do something.
Brings up the 100. Does Tapiwa Mshope. Not an exciting, not a good time to come into bat at all. And the match is essentially lost. And you know that you don't really have the firepower to actually clear the boundary consistently enough, because now you're needing to find 2-3 boundaries every single over from here just to get 19 runs and over that's required to win from here. And difficult at most times before a number 8, probably quite impossible.
Well, there's the equation. 77 runs off 24 balls. Well, effectively, you're looking at around about 15, 16 plus. Actually, way above that, really. Almost 20 runs and over to try and get there. 19.25 to be exact, to try and get home. And with the blessing, Zarabani steaming in, and others as well, such as Chipara. I mean, really doesn't make life easy.
Chipara is going to bowl from the golf course end into his second. Just 2 runs and a wicket off his first over. Very clinical performance from Takashinga Patriots this evening. Just real understanding of what they had to do to make sure that they got through into this final. I mean, playing Sogo Rangers, who've beaten them twice in this year's T20 bash. NPL T20 bash twice so far. Just getting a suspicion that it's becomes less likely to make it 3.
Well, there is a small little English saying, once bitten, twice shy. Third time you get the gist.
Basically, not likely that Mshope and Chiso, and then I think the next man in is Zinyama, are going to find 20 runs and over. That's going to be called wide. 20 runs and over generally needs at least 1 maximum and 2 boundaries. And then you can often find the rest of the runs running well between the wickets. Ideally 4 boundaries and an over.
Oh, well, knocks off the leg stump there. Great delivery, was angling into him. Really, that was just a desperate attempt to try and find a boundary. Wasn't there to be hit. Was there to be blocked, to be honest, but he castles him over. And that is the 7th wicket gone.
Jump for joy from Monashe Chipara. Just shows you how important it is to the Takashinga Patriots players that they do this right tonight. Tapiwa Mshope, 2 from 3 deliveries, 105 for 7.
Well, this innings is finishing off at a canter. I mean, wickets are falling now, left, right, and center. Faze Mkabeta comes out, and it's coming out in a very difficult period. Takashinga Patriots will be looking to clean up this innings very quickly and walk into that final tomorrow, which is going to be a big one against Sogo Rangers, who have really come into this tournament this season and delivered the goods, only losing out to Westside on their way to the final.
You often get the impression sometimes that this path, the path that the Patriots have taken into the final, you arrive in that final a little bit stronger, a little more determined. You had a harder road to get there. Might end up being an advantage, a real psychological advantage when you arrive here at Harare Sports Club at 6 o'clock for the final of 2024 T20 Blast.
Well, Chipara will definitely be very happy with his spell so far. In 2 for 4 of 1.4 overs. He's done a very good job for the boys in maroon and green. Oh, and he knocks another one over. How good can this over turn out to be? 2 wickets. And as I mentioned before, Fazer Mkabeta walking out to a very difficult situation, made more difficult with a peach of a delivery.
Just nipped back a little bit, hit the top of off stump. And again, that reaction just shows you how important it was to the Takashinga Patriots to get this right tonight. Fazer Mkabeta without scoring, 105 for 8.
Oh, required run rate really looking quite impossible now. Above 23, 74 runs off 19 balls. You'd need a Chris Gale knock, a universe boss kind of a knock, in order to be able to get those runs and knock them over. But I think right now it is Gladiators who are now staring down the barrel. Only 2 wickets left. Required run rate at 23.37. Kromen Zinyama comes out. Had a very good day with the ball, picking up 3 wickets. Can he follow it up with a good knock? Well, I don't think he can follow it up with that kind of a shot. But again, the discussions right on the halfway mark of the pitch seem to be futile for me at this particular moment, especially when you look at that scorecard. 19, 21, 24. I mean, those are the highest scores. And then from there, a phone number, 3200. Doesn't help the cause. But I tell you one thing that can help the cause is that tomorrow, the NPL T20 Blast Final will be buttressed by a fantastic performance from Tammy Moyo and Volts JT. Admission is absolutely free right here at Harare Sports Club.
Gone downtown. Didn't quite get the middle of the bat. So it's just going to be 2 runs. And a little show of intent from Chisho.
Well, if there's any form of intent for you as a viewer that you can show tomorrow is to come down to Harare Sports Club. Enjoy the festivities and the cricket. This one is an edge. Goes fine and goes all the way to the boundary. No way Blessing Zarabani was getting to that one. But fortuitous runs, but maybe really now just adding to the tally of runs for the team, for the season, and to statistics really won't matter too much from here. Decides to fend that one off. Wellington Masakadza, a smooth operator as usual, tends to find himself in and amongst the wickets. This time round through the covers, only for a single. For Gladiators, it's back to the drawing board for next season's T20 Blast. I mean, they've come so close, so near, yet so far, Darlington. What would be the conversation within that dressing room?
This is their second time they've gotten to this stage. Last year they got into the final and lost that final. And now they've failed to progress to that final. Did have the disadvantage of having 5 players away on national duty. But I still believe that they've put on a very creditable performance throughout, given the fact that those 5 players weren't available throughout the NPL this year.
Yes, indeed. And looking at the young man Milton Shumba, who's captaining the side as well. A great experience for him, and definitely something that he can carry on over. And just a gentle reminder, Tammy Moyo and Volts JT will be performing tomorrow evening, supported by Yos, and that'll be at 5:30 p.m. Admission is absolutely free here at Harare Sports Club for the NPL T20 Blast final. Live streaming, of course, very much available on the Zimbabwe Cricket YouTube channel and Facebook page. And our production broadcast partners being Picture Perfect and ZBC. So a great big thank you to our broadcast partners for making this a possibility. And of course, for those of you that may not be able to make it down here to Harare Sports Club, you can catch all the action live on our YouTube channel and Facebook page for Zimbabwe Cricket. Well, it seemed more like a hopeful appeal than it really was anything to actually write home about. But once again, Chipara has been doing really well within his bowling and should be happy with his performance tonight.
Down the ground, should just be 1 run, and it's Blessing Zarabani, who bowled beautifully earlier on tonight, who does the fielding.
Was so hard to put away. Back of a length, pace, bounce, accuracy, all of it right in there from Blessing Zarbani.
It's off the outside edge, down to the backward point boundary.
Well, definitely more runs on the CV there, Darlington. Do they get the average up, though?
24 is what Chisho's made tonight. It's just a really good experience to face this quality of bowling under lights and just get the experience as you develop in your career.
Oh, it goes a little bit experimentative, I would say. Down the track. Try to see how that feels. But he missed that one. So, again, that required run rate, not so great to read out on air. But nonetheless, 59 runs off 7 balls. As we're in the penultimate over right now. Final delivery coming up.
Just a little nudge off his hips down to Tinashika Munukamwe, who is going to be in the final here at Harare Sports Club tomorrow night. Into the 19th, 121 for 8.
Well, 58 runs are needed from the last 6 balls, unless something quite miraculous happens in this over. One does feel that Takashinga has done more than enough, put in a very good bowling performance to make things happen.
And tomorrow night is a big final, the NPL T20 Blast final here at Harare Sports Club. Starts at 5:30. Admission is free, and after the final, Tammy Moyo is going to be performing here. Promises to be exciting event.
Oh yes, a festive atmosphere promises to kick out here at Harare Sports Club. Right now it's a festive atmosphere for Takashinga Patriots supporters as Trevor Mtamba comes to finish off the innings. He'll be looking for a wicket for himself. Has been only just bowled one over. Coming back in for his second over. So Tammy Moyo and Volts JT, arguably one of the biggest artists right now in Zimbabwe. Tammy Moyo with the latest video. Oh, Roy Kaya is all smiles there.
Dean Duplessis called him the ever-smiling Roy Kaya. Lots to smile for. Captained his side into another final. And had a good performance. 64 runs this evening.
Wow, he launched into that one and he got a hold of it. It's gone all the way for 6. What a fantastic hit from Kromen Zinyama. Now, when he stepped onto the crease, I'll be honest with you, the first delivery that he faced didn't look like he would score much. But with that hit, wow, definitely he's changing my mind.
Got one in the slot and absolutely smashed it. A little short, gentle half tracker. All the action tomorrow night is going to be here at Harare Sports Club. Takashinga Patriots won. Put Gladiators in the position where they need 51 from 3 balls. And as a result, they're going to be meeting with the Sogo Rangers tomorrow evening here at Harare Sports Club in the final. Unless something absolutely unpredictable happens. Here is the Gladiators Cricket Club scorecard. Nasha Chipara took the first wicket to 4. And then it was Mufudza, Kae, Mzarabani, Masakadza got 1 each. Chipara and Mufudza got 2.
Well, 3 more deliveries to go. We'll hope they won't go for 6 again. This time decides to go short. And the umpire says that's wide, a little too short. Maybe trying to put a little bit too much effort. These are tail enders after all. In the slot, they'll send you away. In the arc, like Kromen Zinyama, he'll send you away. So
this time he's gone again, but he's picked out fielder who is at the car corner boundary. Kromen Zinyama, 1 hit too many. And he perishes for 8 runs from 6 deliveries. Gladiators Cricket Club now 129 for 9.
Well, there we go. It was short. Did deserve the treatment it got, but it didn't quite catch it cleanly. And it found the man. There's a big, big boundary out there, so it was always going to be an easy catch for the man out there. So Kromen Zinyama goes for 8. 129 for 9. 2 deliveries left in the innings. And finally, Mutsamba gets on the wickets list.
Munasha Zata is the new batsman in. And just needs to face 2 balls.
Well, misses out on that one. Goes right under his bat. And with just one more delivery to face, just going through the motions now. And a loss that they'll have to take on the chin.
That's gone high into the evening sky here, and it's Tanashe Kamunukame not able to cut it off. So a boundary off the last delivery of this match. Munashe Zata gets his name on the scorecard as Gladiators, after 20 overs, are 133 for 9.
Well, unfortunately, not enough as Takashinga go on to win by 45 runs and book their ticket into the NPL T20 Blaster final, where they will meet the Sogo Rangers. Clinical performance tonight. It started off quite tough, but they were able to get over the line, put on a decent total, and they were able to defend it.
All smiles. Roy Kahea has captained his side into the final. And personal performance, 64 runs, set up a win, backed by a smashing innings from the old pro himself, Hamilton Masakadza, at the back end of the innings.
Well, talking about a captain's knock there from Roy Kahea, how important was that? But let's just take a look at the innings of Gladiators. It just never got off to the greatest of starts. And of course, the highest run scorer there, Tanatso Chiso, ends on 26, unbeaten. But as you can see throughout the scorecard, it was just starts and not being able to finish it off. And then the phone number that came at the end, 32084.
So those are the figures. Blessings Zarabani, 3 overs, just 12 runs from them and 1 wicket. Wellington Masakadza, 1 wicket for 20 in his 4. Munashe Chipara, pick of the bowling tonight, 3 overs for 10 runs and 3 wickets. Samba picked up 1, Fudza picked up 2 for 22 in his 4, and then Roy Kahea, 43 runs and 1 wicket.
All right, and here's the match summary. Takashinga won, making 178 for 7, led by Roy Kahea, a 62, and a brilliant cameo from Hamilton Masakadza, 45 for 14 deliveries. But for Gladiators Cricket Club, they just didn't have enough fire in the tank as they ended on 133 for 9 after their 20. Tanatswa Chiso, 26 of 25 deliveries, and of course, Munashe Chipara, the pick of the bowlers, with 3 for 10. And Takashinga won by 45 runs.
For me, the key turning moment was that knock by Hamilton Masakadza. And that is what to expect tomorrow evening. Sogo Rangers at 6 p.m. will take on Takashinga Patriots 1 in the final of the 2024 edition of the NPL T20 Blast. The NPL, the leading run scorers, Jaden Shadendorf, 355 at an average of 59. Lennox Chando, 322 at an average of 36. And Panashe Taruinga, another Gladiators player, was in third with 318 runs at an average of 45. Clive Chitumba of Westside Cricket, 286 at a strike rate of 140.
And of course, captain of Gladiators, Milton Shumba there with 273 at an average of 68.25. Of course, best knock of 72. Victor Chirwa from Rainbow also doing very well for himself. In terms of the wickets, well, Wellington Masakadza goes into the final as the top wicket taker, 16 wickets so far. Tapiwa Mufudza also of the same side with 14 wickets. Gladiators with Munashe Zata picking up 13 wickets. And then, of course, we've got 2 11 wicket takers in Munashe Chipara as well as Benjamin Banks with 11 wickets each of Takashinga 1 and Sogo Rangers.
Benjamin Banks should be playing tomorrow evening in the final, as will Ryan Burl with 10 wickets for Sogo Rangers. And Roy Kahea, key player for the Takashinga Patriots, is in 7th with 10 wickets. And Ryan Simbi from Takashinga Patriots 2. Isaac Okpe from Mbizo Cricket.
And Croman Sinyama of Gladiators on 9 wickets each.
So just in case you may have missed this entire broadcast and are joining us now, well, Takashinga Patriots won, doing the business and winning by 45 runs against Gladiators Cricket Club. And very soon we are going to be going into the post-match presentation.
What is that? Welcome to the post-match presentation of the second qualifier between Gladiators and Takashinga Patriots. Right, we have the first award that will be giving away this evening, and that is for the Centurion Pub and Grill Master Blaster Award that will go to Hamilton Masakaza, being presented by Fungai Kasiandima, the General Manager of Centurion Pub and Grill. Hamilton Masakaza scored a quick 45 of 14 deliveries, striking 5 sixes and 1 4. Congratulations, Hamilton. And now for the Utande Player of the Match. This award will be presented by Pamela Nyakabao, the Marketing Executive for Utande. And then this one goes to the captain for the Takashinga Patriots, one that is Roy Kahia, who had a magnificent knock off 62 of 44. Congratulations to see his side through. Congratulations, Roy Kahia, seeing your team to the final. How does that feel?
I think it wasn't an easy game, especially when we started our we were slow, but I managed to stick it in there to the end. That has made the difference when Hamilton came in.
Just walk us through your innings. You didn't do quite well yesterday, only managing 2, but this time around, an important knock that you made of 66. What did you do to prepare yourself for this one?
No, I didn't do much, but I know what I'm capable of doing, and I think I've done my part to manage to take the team home.
Right, the toss didn't go your way. Did you feel like it was going to be a repeat of yesterday?
Yeah, at some point I thought as much.
What do you think was the turning moment for you to take this one home?
I think Hamilton's Masagaza's innings. Yeah, he came in and he scored some blistering 6s, and he managed to score 45 or 14.
Right, now, looking towards the final, what are your expectations? You lost to Sogo in the first qualifier. Now you meet them again in the final. What can we expect?
There's going to be a massive game tomorrow, especially for us as Takashinga. I think the boys, they are ready. Now, let's wait and see tomorrow.
Congratulations and good luck in the final.
Thank you.
All right, so of course that was Roy Kaya there, a very happy captain, happy camper. And of course Takashinga Patriots won, winning by 45 runs against Gladiators Cricket Club this evening. And there you have it. The 2024 NPL T20 Blast Final is on tomorrow. Sogo Rangers taking on Takashinga Patriots 1. That match will kick off at 6 p.m. And more importantly, we will have the performances from Zimbabwe's biggest artists, Tammy Moyo and Volts JT, for the NPL T20 Blast Final. It's there tomorrow. Admission is absolutely free right here at Harare Sports Club. If you can't make it down here, live streaming is available on Zimbabwe Cricket YouTube channel and Facebook page, and courtesy of the production and broadcast partners Picture Perfect and ZBC, the Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation. So make sure you catch it either live here at Harare Sports Club or live on the various platforms that we've given you. 6 p.m. it is. Sogo Rangers versus Takashinga Patriots 1.
The NPL T20 Blast is down to the final 4. Be sure to catch the qualifiers, the eliminator, and the final at Harare Sports Club from the 5th to the 7th of September 2024. Sogo Rangers take on Takashinga Patriots 1 in the first qualifier, and Gladiators take on Westside in the eliminator this Thursday, the 5th of September. Don't forget, entrance is absolutely free. The action's hotting up. You don't want to miss it. The NPL T20 Blast Finals. Be there.